floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to take it all. Standing tall, fear I've weighed the person you are. Fearless.
What's up? How's everybody doing? Welcome to the forum. It is Friday. It is time for the AC Milan Forum. A lot to talk about. And guys, it's open. So if you want, you can join the forum and join the conversation. I'm looking forward to hear everybody's opinion. So far, we have two guests. Bukiano, what's up, my man? It's been a while since I haven't seen you. How's everything? How's everything?
Yeah, it's been a while. I've been away, and then I've been busy with my local team here. I've been going around with them. So yeah, it's been a while, but it's good to be here today.
Great, great. Looking forward to hear your opinions on the current situation. Then we got Ace. What's up, Ace?
Hey, how you doing, guys? You could hear me?
Loud and clear, loud and
Beautiful.
clear. Okay, guys, so let's get straight into it. What a week it has been of ups and downs and ups. A lot of names are emerging in the market every single day. So, of course, today we're going to be talking about the names that we're being linked to. I want to know what you guys think. And of course, I also want to I'm curious to know what you guys think of the situation. What is it now? 2 weeks post the Maldini firing, or a week and a half. So let's start with the hottest name that Milan is being linked to, and then there's a lot of other discussions to be made. So as of now, the hottest name that Milan is being linked to is Marcus Thuram from Germany. From Bayern München, Blacken, whatever you say that name's team. Right now, apparently, according to the reports, Milan have offered him the maximum cap salary in the club, 5 million, and a guaranteed starting role. It looks like Thuram hasn't given the okay yet. At this point, one can only speculate that if Thuram wanted to join Milan, he would have already done so. But it looks like he is looking at other offers. Another report came out that his father doesn't want him to join neither PSG or AC Milan, but his father, the legendary Lilian Thuram, who played in the Serie A for many years, World Cup winner, wants him to play for Leipzig. Interesting. So it looks like his father wants him to go a club, a development club, essentially. He thinks that probably, if that report is true, that probably means his father wants him to go and develop a little bit more at Leipzig. So let's start. Let's talk a little bit about Thuram. Let me go with Bukiano first. What do you think of Thuram, and what do you think about the contract situation? What is your opinion on this matter? Go ahead, Bukiano.
Yeah, to me, it's a very good addition. It's gonna be a very good striker, young striker, and because it's been a long time. You have a young striker that can play for Milan for a long time. I think the last time we had a striker like Turam was when we had Pato, when Pato was young. He was very fit then. I think what messed up Milan up about Pato was injury. So, and one thing about Milan, when it comes to transfer market, until the player gets to sign for Milan, that is when we know, because the way the club is going now, Maldini was sacked. So those players coming in now will look at this kind of situation and think twice. So for a player like Turam, he has a lot of options, and because of his dad, now his dad wants him to play for Uzbek. So it's gonna be a very difficult situation for Milan, and it's gonna be a very good sign if Milan can sign him, and we can offer him 4 million with 5 years contract. It's gonna be a very good sign because the guy
It's
is
five
strong.
million. 5 million.
Yeah, five. See, so it's gonna be a very good signing, but I really don't understand. I really don't understand what is going on in Milan.
Yeah. Very, very strange situation. What about you, Ace? What is your opinion on the Turam situation?
So I want to agree with the reports, if they're true, that his father thinks he should go to Leipzig. I mean, his father would know if his son is ready for that big step up. And PSG and AC Milan are clubs that have a strong fan base that demand a lot from their strikers, especially. And I think it's encouraging that his father would come out and say this, because I don't necessarily agree with the target coming to Milan, especially for the wages that he's asking for. And if his father thinks that he still needs to develop as a striker, then it would be counterproductive for him to come to Milan in our current state. So I really hope that he listens to his father and he goes to Leipzig.
And
Interesting.
again, to me, I feel like the 5 million is just too much. If they request for 5 million, we can't go for a player like that. I'm so sorry. He hasn't proven five. He has never proved himself to be worth 5 million. No, 5 million is too much for him.
Yeah. I definitely feel that. I feel like it's a little bit of a slap in the face for players like, especially Leao, who Leao has been working his ass off for the past 4 years at AC Milan. And, he's achieved so much at AC Milan. He's worked his ass off to get this contract finally, even though Leao was being offered much bigger contracts around Europe. And I think it's a little bit of a slap in the face for Milan now to give Leao's contract pretty much to a player that, in all fairness, yeah, Thuram has good qualities, no doubt about that. But in all fairness, Thuram has not had experience in big club football yet. You know, so to give a player that comes from a mid-table club the same salary as Leao, to me, that is a big red flag for the locker room. I can't understand this move, to be honest with you. Like, this is red flags one after the other. Um, Bukiano, since I haven't heard from you in a while, what I want to ask you, what do you think about the whole situation with Maldini and
Yeah,
his guys? Yeah.
we saw this coming. It's not.
Hello? Well, I think we lost Bukiano. Can you hear us? Ace, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Guys, I think we lost Bukiano. We'll just wait for
Yeah,
him
I'm
to
here
come
now.
back.
Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know. My Wi-Fi is messing up. So I said we all saw this coming, because at the end of last season they signed new contract late, Madina and Masara. So the management is not ready to spend. And I know all this came from when Madini speak out after the Champions League semi-final against Inter Milan. When he speak up, complaining about the quality of players we have, saying we need to invest now. I feel like that is when they decided to, like, okay, now it's time up. Madini did his best. If we can give Madini had a pass mark, like I'll give Madini 80 over 100 when it comes to his performance. Madini took over Milan 2019. We won one championship. We got to the semi-final. So if you give this guy, if you invest in Milan and give this guy what he needs to do, what do you think? We're gonna win. We're gonna dominate the Serie A. When a team like Milan win the Serie A and we can't defend it. Why can't we defend it? We can't defend it because we refuse to invest. That is what Napoli did. They invest in young players as well. They invest. I don't know what is wrong with Milan. Milan, we don't go to these smaller clubs in Syria to pick their best players. I think the last time we did it was when we picked Tonali, yeah. But we didn't do it last season. We are just hoping these underdog players, can go on again and win this year. And they were tired. No motivation, no leader. So that is what messed us up. So the management, I really don't. This season, I don't think I'm not expecting anything from Milan this season, because at the end of this season we perform bad. Luckily, Juventus was their point was dictated. That is why we are able to qualify for the Champions League. Now,
Oh, we lost you again. We lost Bukiano. Ace, I got to make sure. Are you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
I'm,
Okay.
I'm still here.
So yeah, I think we lost Bukiano again. Let's see. Maybe he can sort out his Wi-Fi. But anyway, I'm curious to know what he thinks, because Bukiano used to come to the show a long time ago. I haven't heard from him in a while, so I'm curious to know what he
so
thinks.
sorry, I'm back. I don't know what is wrong. Just
Okay.
keep going
Go ahead.
on.
Go ahead.
So, like I said, I don't know where we go from here this season, and some rumors saying that the president is just going to allocate 35 million for our transfer this season. I don't know where we go from here. And where you can see the players are not happy, and most of the players are not happy in AC Milan are the world-class players. Like Mike was not happy, Tio Hernandez was not happy, even Rafaelio was not happy. So I don't know where we go from here. We can't withstand to lose these players. When we lose these kind of players, nothing is gone. Now in my country now, the young boys now they know Milan. Before, none of them know Milan. They only know the likes of Man City, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Chelsea. They don't, but now they know Milan because of what? Because of Rafael. Because Rafael is young, so it attracts these young boys to support Milan. You hardly see a young boy in Africa. Yeah, you in Africa now, you hardly see a young boy. You hardly see a young boy of 10, 15 telling you I'm an AC Milan fan. No, you don't.
Right.
Because we have not been performing when those boys are growing up to start watching soccer. But now you see them. AC Milan is my second team. Why do you like AC Milan? Because of Rafael. So we need to keep this momentum, because when you keep losing the fans, because there was this time in Nigeria when I was in Nigeria before I traveled, there was this time we have a Milan club in Nigeria. But when we start performing poorly, everybody, I didn't even see one Milan fan. But last season, 2 seasons ago, when we won the league, or last season when we won the league, everybody came together again in union. But now, if this thing keep going back to the Bantra era, where do we go from here? Where Chelsea performance this season was very poor, but now they are putting things together to make sure everything is good. But Milan, what is Milan putting together? What is Milan putting together?
Yeah, I hear your concerns, man, and I share all of those similar concerns. Like, where is this club going? In what direction are we going? Maldini, at least he offered like a sense of ambition, but this club just does not give you that same sense.
Yeah, you can go on. I'm done for now.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Thank you for sharing your opinion on that. We have another guest in the house. Alan, what's up, my man? Haven't heard from you in a while too. How's it going?
What's up, Roy? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Loud and clear, Alan. Alan, to conclude on the Thuram news, what is your opinion on Thuram? How do you see this Thuram operation proceeding?
This Thuram operation is giving me like an Origi vibe. Like, I don't have much I don't have that much of an expectation on these free players, these young players. Like, after seeing CDK, my expectation for every player that is not a guarantee is very low. So even if he joins us, hopefully his salary is not what's reported, like 5 million a year for such a young player is not really worth it for me. Like, we have a salary grab this season, so if Thuram joins us, I think he will be the main signing for Milan as a whole, which I don't want. I want SMS to get the salary for someone really big.
SMS, yes, guys. SMS being linked to Inter now. There was also a report that came out that Maldini and Masada were close to getting SMS. Okay, so yeah, the Thuram situation, we'll see how it proceeds. It looks like at the end of the day, Thuram, if he would have chosen Milan, I think he would have already chosen Milan. At least I think, but we'll see how this one goes. Okay, let's talk about. Actually, we're building to a lot of Nigerian players, Bukiano. So let's talk about the right winger Chukwueze from Villarreal. So let's start with Bukiano, then we'll do Ace, and then we'll finish with Alan. Bukiano, what do you know about this player? Are you familiar with him? Is he part of the national team? Have you known about him? Are you happy that he's being linked to Milan? What do you think? You're muted, Bukiano. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Okay, we'll get back to Bukiano, guys. Hey, so you go next because you seem to be a player that you're convinced with Chukwueze, right? Go ahead.
Yes, yeah, I think that I think he would be a good addition based on like what we currently have in the squad, and I definitely think he, from a physical perspective, is a better option than Macias and Salamanca's going forward. Because of his style of play, I think it will suit our formation because he likes to stay wide. And also, a couple of days ago, when you were doing your review on him, you mentioned that he played almost 37 games this season, which shows that he has he's a hardy player, and that is something that we need in our squad. We need players that could come in and impact our formation and also give us that longevity over the course of the season. Um, so I actually think that Chukwueze would be a great signing. He also has just 1 year left on his contract. So hopefully, I'm being very hopeful here that we can negotiate a reasonable price to buy him out of the last year of his contract. But I know we're going to talk about management later on, but that's my only concern, is to see how well we could negotiate a price for him.
Yeah. So last that we heard was that Milan was offered 15 million. Then there were reports saying that the club Villarreal is asking for 30. But then we saw different numbers the next day. So I guess we will know more about this operation in the upcoming days. But you are convinced that this would be a good player for Milan. Yeah. It's no doubt about it. It's an upgrade to what we have. What about you, Alan? How do you feel about Chukwueze?
I don't actually know what his price tag may be. So maybe if he signs us for like 20-25 million, so I would think that would be a good deal. But I guess that's not our actual project. So I think a loan with an option to buy will be a great deal for us. But I don't know if Villarreal will agree to it. But I do like the player. Like he does give me a bit of layout vibe. Like he likes to run and be an offensive player on the right wing, which we need. Like he will be a better version of Messias, and we already have a defensive right winger of Alexis Sanchez. So I do believe he will be a great addition on the offensive side of our squad.
Okay. So you are also in accordance that it would be a good signing. Now, as far as you said the loan. I don't know how that would work out since he is in his last year of his contract. So I think because he is in the last year of his contract, there's that option is not there. You would have to get him. You would have to buy him. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I think I think. Um, yeah.
So if does does he have only 1 year in his contract?
Yeah, he's got left 1 year. He's like SMS kind of situation.
So his price tag will most likely be 20 million then.
Yeah,
At
it should
most.
be. It should be around that area. It can't be more than that. It wouldn't make sense for it to be more than that. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's a good estimate. Bukiano, you're back. So hey, Bukiano, Chukwueze, Nigerian player.
Yeah,
Tell me what you think about him.
Chukwueze will be good for us in that position, because now Messiah, I'm tired of that guy. So Chukwueze, for 20 million is good for that price. 20 million, yeah, 20 million is good for that price, and salary he can get 3 million. So Chukwueze is good for that place. He hardly gets injuries, so we need a player like that. And when it comes to we sometimes the load is just too much for Rafael when we keep using one position. But when we switch to that, if Chukwueze get to Milan now and we keep using the both wing, we have a lot of goals. So Chukwueze is very good. The price tag 20 million. If you can get 20 million for Chukwueze, very good for Milan. Very
Now,
good.
listen, I want to ask you because so is Chukwueze part of the Nigerian national team? Like, and did you know him before this link? And tell us what you know about him because you're from Nigeria, right?
Yes, he's in the camp now. He's part of Nigerian national team.
And do you consider him one of the best players or like one of the mid-range players? Like, tell us more about him.
Yeah, Chukwueze, to me, when it comes to the national team, after Oshime, you pick Chukwueze.
Oh, okay.
Nigeria,
Okay.
yeah, after Oshime, you pick Chukwueze. But the team is playing for in Spain, Villarreal. Villarreal is just like the middle class club. The Villarreal is just like all those Atlanta but when it comes to a champions team like Milan, is gonna improve.
Okay,
He's gonna be a world class player. So that is gonna be a world class player. You can't compare Chukwueze with this Milan, this Nigerian Atlanta play, Lukman.
Lookman,
Chukwueze is very good when it comes to one-on-one situation. Chukwueze is very good.
he has a similar style of play as Lookman. I noticed.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. But Lookman is does he play for the English national team or the Nigerian team?
No, Nigerian national team.
Nigerian
Yeah,
team.
he used to play for England, but he switched his alliance to Nigeria recently.
Okay. Yeah. He has a similar style of play as Lookman. I noticed that. Okay, good, man. Let's see where this goes. I definitely agree that it is an upgrade to what we have. Let's see if this operation happens. So that's a very interesting operation. I'm sure we'll be hearing more about it in the upcoming days. Okay, guys, let's talk about some negative news. Y'all seen how English media saying United want to buy Theo at his price is 50 to 60 million. Meanwhile, we would need 100 million to even think about it. Listen, guys, let's tackle this issue right now. So a few reports are coming out right now. The Sharks. We're being surrounded by Sharks. Newcastle wants Tonali. There was a report suggesting that Newcastle is sending delegates towards Casa Milan, to see if they can get Tonali. Then the report from L'Equipe saying that Mike Maignan was not convinced about the Milan project now that Maldini has been fired, and he might not be interested in renewing his contract. But keep in mind that Maignan still has 3 years left. Okay, he still has 3 years left. And then a new report came out today that Theo Hernandez is also being looked at by Manchester United, 60 million. So Tonali is about 50 million, Maignan 60 million, Theo 60 million. Now, I want to add something else. Interestingly enough, I was listening to Pellegatti talk about this situation, and Pellegatti mentioned that he is very worried about this because with Pellegatti, if you don't know who Pellegatti is this journalist that is super crazy, extreme Milan fan, and he's right there in Milano, and has been following the team for 50 years or 60 years. And he said he's never seen a situation in which when all the bigger players are linked to other teams, the club doesn't come out and say anything. They're not saying, okay, Maignan is unsellable, Hernandez is unsellable, Tonali is unsellable. Rather, the silence from the club is worrying Pellegatti. He's saying that this is a little bit of an unprecedented thing. So, what do you guys think about this situation? Do you guys, Bukiano, do you think that we are going to be selling some of our players? And how do you feel about these 3 players being linked to other clubs?
Yeah, to me, it depends on the players. If they are not happy with the situation in Milan, they prefer to go. But now that the season is over, we are preparing for another season. They also check the internet. They also check what is going on. They know what the club is planning. They know what the club is not planning. Now, the first news that came to them was Maldini and Masara is out. And let's not forget this: Maldini and Masara were the one that brought in these guys. So now, when Maldini and Masara brought in these guys, Maldini and Masara has been sacked. Now they don't have. Milan is not approaching any good player, any good signing. So these guys, they will be home. They will be thinking twice, like, what is happening here? Do you think Milan now? Because now everything we're seeing, like this, everything we're discussing, they are listening to what we're discussing. They are listening to the news. They are checking the transfer page, the sports news. They are checking everything, so they know. So if they are not happy with the project, they might just end up leaving. And it's going to affect us fans because now they are not going to give us a good game on the pitch of play anymore. So now it's the management. So to me, and even most players, they will not be mad at these players if they leave because the project we are building is no more.
Yeah, man, I hear you loud and clear. Ace, what about you, brother? What do you feel about this? These players being linked, the silence of Milan, and do you think they're going to be sold? Yes or no? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm quite bewildered and concerned by those reports from the Milanisti from Milan, because we're supposed to be, or we are a club that is at the forefront of Italian football. Milan is arguably the second or first most followed club in Italy, And for our club to be so silent with all these reports, it just really concerns me that we are actually going or actually considering selling some of our bigger players. And for the prices that we are seeing, somebody just put up that report saying that is 60 million for Theo Hernandez. That is quite concerning, when you see Atalanta putting out a valuation of 100 million on one of their players linked to Manchester United. At least setting the standard, at least coming out and saying, well, Theo Hernandez is worth 120 million. If you want to come and get him, that's what you have to pay. Like not a single response from our management team is more concerning to me than the big clubs being linked with our players, because when you have great players, good clubs are always going to be interested in trying to pull them, So I'm not so concerned with all the rumors coming out of England about Man U wanting Theo or Tottenham wanting one of our players, or Newcastle wanting Tonali. Those things don't bother me, because big players, great players are always going to be wanted. What concerns me more is the silence of our management. So that's my take on that point there. It's worrying, the fact that it just looks like our management
the
has
silence
no backbone.
is something.
Sorry, Roy, go ahead.
Oh, no, never mind. You can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, no, I hear you, man. The silence is definitely deafening. Have you ever heard that term, when silence is deafening? But listen, we kind of knew this is what was going to happen, right? When the budget is 35 million, obviously, it is obvious that the budget is going to be raised by the sale of not Messias, not any of the players that are on the fringes, but obviously one of the bigger players. So it's coming. It's coming. Alan, how do you feel about the situation?
Yeah, it is a pretty sad situation, because both Theo and Mike are probably our best part of our defense. Like, they are the most consistent player in our defense. Like, the only player I will be willing to sell this season in from our defense will be Tomori, because this season I was not really impressed with the performance of Tomori, because he was inconsistent. But there are pretty much no offer for Tomori at all, so it is very damn concerning for me that Mike Minion might be leaving this season. Like, our team without Mike Minion is pretty damn shit, to be honest. Like, if we didn't lose Mike Minion this season at all, I think we will do much better in the league as a whole, and gain a lot more confidence as well. Like, Mike Minion brings not just good performance in the pitch, like, he's a real leader for the team. His long passes is also very dangerous. Like, Mike Minion is one of the kind players, so losing him will be a big blow to our defense as well.
Yeah, 100%. There's no doubt about that. And here, this message here from Zibellini. He says, I'm going to translate. After the passing of the eternal president, it looks like Cardinale is changing our colors into a team that usa e getta, a team that buys and then sells, like basically a downgrade. And it does kind of look like it's going towards that direction. Guido Meloni is in the house. What's up, Guido? Come stiamo?
Hey guys, what's up? I was waiting quiet. See, I've been good.
Good, Guido. Bravo, Guido.
Bravo. No, because I mean, soon I'm going to pick up Antonio and David. So in almost 10 minutes, I gotta stop.
Okay. So
So
Guido,
I don't know how did you start. There is a topic because I was listening. I don't know. You guys started not
the
too long
topic
ago.
the topic right now is the three players that are being linked to the bigger teams. So Magnan, Theo Hernandez, and Tonali are players that are being linked to other teams: Chelsea, Newcastle, and Manchester United. Essentially, the
But
Premier League is coming for our best players.
yeah,
And 1 second, Guido. Pelegatti said what is worrying is il silenzio della squadra. The squadra is not saying anything. They're not saying incedibili, etc., etc. They're being silent. What do you think about this?
okay. Be honest with you, the only player that really make a difference in our team, it's Leao. Even though he's not stable, I wish he would do that all year round. Yeah, I understand a few weeks off or whatever. I don't see. We don't have. I mean, Magnan, I love it, but if somebody offer you 100 million for a goalkeeper, which is 28, do you see? I sent an article to Antonio and David, my boys, that he got injured again on a France national team at practice. So what I was telling you the other day? Okay, if they give me 100 million, I get. I wish can we get Vicario? The first of all, I want a more Italian on the team. If we sell it to Hernandez, Benacer cannot sell because he's injured. I don't think anybody's going to buy until he comes back. So I don't think they're fundamental to win things. They're good players, but the only player that make a difference is Leao. If I can sell a couple of them, but they reinvest those money, okay, you get Milinkovic Savic, you get I don't know who's the best offender you can get with those money. They guarantee me goals because how much they pay Roma for Abrams this year didn't do shit, so it's still a risk. So if I can buy Milinkovic Savic, I think it's maybe what's his name? I will get a Frattesi, but it looks like Inter is linked. If we get Frattesi, Milinkovic Savic, and maybe what's the guy on the right wing? It could be what's the name? I help me, the Sassuolo guy,
Berardi?
the one you like, Berardi,
Oh, okay,
which
okay.
he got some age, but he's still good. But what I mean, so you can get three good players. Then with the extra money, I can go get Valeri Cremonese, the left back. I can get Parisi from Empoli. So you refill the team in the position because for me, number 9, number 8, or whatever you're gonna call a midfielder, and the defender, you build the team around those players. That's what always soccer has been. Then you can put younger players on the wings. You can put new players. And I will even keep Messi and Salamanca, those kind of players. You sell two of them, which I don't think, listen, Hernandez, I love it. When he scored those goals, it's unbelievable. But he's not steady all year round. How many crosses he put on the area? I don't see it. So why, if they give me 60, 80 million, I'd sell. I don't care.
Mm.
But
Okay,
if
okay.
they reinvest their money for a number 9 and maybe Milinkovic Savic and Frattesi, yeah.
Okay,
The
so
problem is, are they going to buy good players?
yeah,
You
we will
know,
find out. So for you, as long as we reinvest the money, you're happy about that. Okay, let's go to Gio. Gio, what do you think about these links, and what do you think about the situation with Manyan, Teo, and Tonali? And by the way, what's up, Gio? How you doing? Thanks for joining us.
Nah, no problem, bro. I just had to move out of the room. But I mean, like, we in for the shout out to the Nigerians in the conversation. I just want to know if they've heard of Chuka Ben Big King, this new guy out of Slovenia for like 500K. I think he played in the U20 World Cup this year, so I want to see if he's good. And everybody's gonna be linked. I mean, but Leao said it best. Pioli ain't going nowhere. Leao said that Pioli made him into the player that he is, and that he appreciates him and stuff like that. But what scares me, Roy, which I've been saying for the last five, like 5 weeks, since Maldini been gave fired, like what is our project? What are we looking to buy? Because we get Turan, he's 25, Kamada 26, but then we looking for 19. Are we going youth movement? I just need them to know what they're gonna tell me. and I want to know why we can't get deals like Inter 2 years and then the obligation to buy on the third. Like that's what's frustrating. We go to Empoli. How long I've been talking about Parisi? I've been talking about it for 2 years now. So we can get the same deal 2 years and then we buy it for 15. For Baldanzi, the same thing. 2 years we put it at 25 mil, and then we're like investing the money in the future, not now. But I just want to know what that's what scares me. Well, but like Ati says, it's true. Like, what do they want? If the fans need answers, to be honest with you, we need answers. I mean, they already not making me want to go to these games in LA because what they did to Maldini was a shambles. But I need answers, Roy. I need to know what direction we're going. If we're gonna go the Liverpool way, like every time that they need to buy somebody, they need to sell one of their stars. So I just need answers, Roy. That's it. But I don't know if they've heard of him. He plays in Slovenia. Chuan Beke. We're gonna buy him for 500K. So that's Moneyball right there.
Yeah, I haven't seen him yet. I saw the links about this player. Buchanan just left, so I don't know. So I don't know if what he's gonna. Maybe if he comes back, if he can tell us more about him. I haven't seen any of him. I want to do that. I wanted to react to him live with everybody else here and see what kind of player he is. It's a kind of like a Kalulu kind of situation. You know, it seems like that's a Kalulu kind of situation. Definitely a Moneyball kind of situation for sure. It could turn out good or it could turn out pretty poorly. So, listen. So something that Guido said, Guido's back now, and maybe we can start a little bit of a debate here because he did say something a little bit controversial, I think. And when I hear controversy, I think those are always good opportunities to start debates.
Roy, can I ask anyone?
One second, Guido. One second.
Sorry, I was out.
So he said that he doesn't mind if we sell players. The only players that make a difference is Leao, right? Now, I don't agree with that. I think Magnan is actually our best player, and I think Magnan is the one that is the most important to the team. Now, do you guys think that as long as the price is good, we should sell him? Or do you think, no, there's nobody else in the world like these players, they should be unsellable? Who wants to approach this conversation?
Yeah. Could I just say?
Yeah, go ahead.
If you'll remember when Mike was injured in January, we went through a really bad spell. And when they interviewed Tomori, he did, speak about the confidence that Mike brings to the defensive line. And just from that point of view, I can't agree with Guido in terms of selling Mike Magnan because of the confidence that he breathes into the defense. And that is very important, especially in Italian football, that you have a confident back line. And so yeah, I don't think that selling Mike Magnan may be our best solution in terms of progress. But then again, I don't know what our direction is. So if our direction is only securing top four, then I would agree with Guido, selling Mike Magnan and reinvesting in young, better players could be a good solution. But as of right now, I don't agree. I don't think that Mike is the best option to sell first. Maybe Theo might be a better option to sell first. I know that could be controversial as well, but what Mike brings to the team from a energetic level and mental level is invaluable.
Yeah. Can I reply to you guys?
Of course, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. I hope. Listen, I love Magnan. Maybe the player that I love more on the team. But when I say something, you gotta evaluate everything that I'm saying. Magnan, he missed seven months, and he's already 29, 28. He missed 7 months on the 2 years playing. He's the best. Plus, if you compare Magnan with Tatarusano, I agree. What's his name that you just said before? Ace. I agree with you 300%. But it's not every goalkeeper in the world is like Tatarusano, because he was good enough, but he wasn't translating the tactics. But it's not every goalkeeper is like that. It's not the only goalkeeper in the world. What I mean is, first of all, I said, if they give me 100 million, 90 million, but not 50 million, I don't sell, because he's really important for the team. But consider the injury. Again, what I wanted to ask you before, does anybody know what happened in France right now? Because I didn't go deep on the news. I know that he got injured during every time he
Yeah,
goes to the national
it's
team, he
supposed
get injured. So what the
it's
heck is going
supposed
on with the France?
it's they were saying that it's a slight calf strain, so it could be the same leg that he's or the other leg that he strained in training. So it's the same injury.
Plus, I want to give you another example, Roy.
Hold on,
We sold the Shevchenko Kaká, but we replaced it.
One second, Neil. So what I read is that the injury is not serious. It's not a recurring injury.
Thank God.
And there's no negative in the scans. There was nothing negative, but it's just a precaution to keep him out. That's the last I read about the situation. So
but
so far,
still, started something, and then a little thing again, and then you cannot even sell anymore. But I love him. I want to keep it forever.
Okay. I want to go to Gio and Alan. I want to know what they think about selling Manyan too. But I want to say one thing.
Okay.
Sorry, Alan. I want to say one thing before I go to Alan and Gio. They always bring up the example of when Juventus sold Zidane. Juventus used that money to get Buffon, Nedved, etc., etc. The thing is that when Zidane went to Real Madrid, he won the Champions League. He won everything. But Buffon and Nedved never won any big European trophies. They only won in Italy, and then they went to Serie B. So I wish people would stop using that example, because at the end of the day, the sale of Zidane was best for Zidane, not for Juve. All right, Alan, you go, and then let's finish with Gio.
Okay, and the thing I disagree about the deal will be, it is not a guarantee that this Jerry guy will even reinvest the money we give Mike Minion 100 million. Like he can say like, unless we are currently making our stadium, so we need the money to be invested in the stadium, so he can actually take that money and invest in the stadium as a whole, or even pay his own loans. And another reason is the age aspect that he said. Like I don't agree with 28 being an old age for a keeper. Like a keeper can actually play great until like 37, 38 years old. So I do believe that Mike Minion can still go on for a long period of time for Milan. And the biggest issue with our defense right now is that Minion, we look lost. We don't have a leader in our team. So if he does leave, then who is going to replace Mike Minion? And the amount of time it needs to get used to the players around them will be pretty much a headache that Milan doesn't need right now. We should be focusing on improving our squad, not decreasing the quality of our squad. So I do believe someone like Tomori will fetch the same amount of money as Mike Mignon, and still we can improve uh, from Tomori. I do believe that.
Okay, so you would
So I
sell
don't,
Tomori instead. I get you.
yeah, because he's English as well. So I do think Premier League plus maybe pay him something similar to like Maguire, 80 million. So I do think that
I
would
mean,
be a
I
better
don't, I
price.
don't, I don't disagree with that. Yeah. All right, Gio. Let's finish this topic with you, Gio. What about you? Is Manyan someone that you would consider selling or no? For the right price, what do you think?
I mean, if they give me 150 mil, then I would sell. But I mean, and then I
150.
don't. Yeah, and I don't know. We've had a lot of young goalkeepers like what Sebastiano. I don't know how to say his last name for the U20 in Italy.
Oh, he was
He was
great.
ours. He was ours. He wants to come back. So, I mean, they gave us 150 million. We get him. We got Lupo Nava. We just signed Noah Rice. So it is what it is. But that's the thing, Roy. They're not telling me if we going youthful. What is Moneyball? What type of Moneyball? You feel me? That's what
Yeah.
I don't understand. That's why I wouldn't sell them. But if they give me 150 mil or something, that and Jerry needs money. The XFL lost 73 million dollars this year, Roy. So he
How
needs money.
much?
73 million. The
Oh, wow.
XFL. Yeah. So he needs money.
Wow. So speaking of players, again today another report came out that Luca Romero is pretty much imminent. His arrival to Milan is pretty much imminent. So another report came out today saying that. So it looks like we're going for like the children, pretty much like 18-year-olds. Luca Romero. That is one glimpse into what these guys are doing. I don't know what Luca Romero can bring to Milan. So let's go to Luca Romero. Let's talk a little bit about Luca Romero. What do you guys think of Luca Romero? Do you think that this player is a good player? Do you think he can have immediate impact? He barely played with Lazio. He's a teenager. He's very young. He did have one goal in 13 games. He did have a good U20 World Cup, but he's literally a child. The guy's a child. He's 18. He's a teenager. Reports today said that this player his arrival to Milan is imminent again. I don't know if this is true or not. What do you guys think? Let's start with Ace.
Right. Just before I give my point, I just wanted to find out when is the window open for Italy?
July.
Okay.
July 1st.
So with Romero, I know there's a lot of mixed opinions about him, whether or not he's like good enough to play first. Like I was saying, I don't really have a problem with, bringing a player like Romero in for free. I would actually even make the argument that he may be a safer option than the young Turkish sensation because you have to pay 17 million for him. And he's slightly unproven at the highest level, even though he shows good qualities. Romero may be a better option because he's risk-free from a financial perspective and from a wage perspective. He's not going to affect us that much. So I'm not opposed to Romero coming in. My only hesitancy would be how he's going to be used in the team, and if Roy, that I'm not too sure how Pioli is going to use him because Pioli isn't very confident with youth. So that's my my reservation with Romero is how he's going to be used and if he's even going to be used in the first team. That's
yeah,
it.
well. Listen, one thing for sure, guys. I can guarantee you this for sure. If you're getting Luca Romero and your ambition is to win the Scudetto, then you're definitely not winning the Scudetto with Luca Romero. Luca Romero is just a player that you develop and maybe flip him over, or maybe in 3 or 4 years he can be a player that can help you win a Scudetto. But there's no chance in hell that Luca Romero can come to Milan and actually be a pivotal player for a team like Milan. Again, like Gio was saying, what are the ambitions of this club? In what direction are we going? Obviously, the only person that used to say that we want to win trophies, we want to get back on top of Europe was Maldini. He was the only person that was saying that. Now, all the yes men that are saying yes to Jerry are the only people left. And what Jerry has not talked about, ambitious trophies and bringing Milan up to the top. Jerry talks about Moneyball. Jerry talks about sustainability. So Luca Romero, I guess, is good for a project that is not ambitious to win trophies right away. So I guess it makes sense. But yes, again, if our ambition is to win trophies, Luca Romero is definitely not it. What about you, Alan? What do you think?
If we actually buy him and let him go on alone, then I would think that will be a better choice. Or if he plays for the Primavera first, then joins the first team, maybe that will work out. But I don't have any expectation from an 18 years old kid. I don't care how great they are. Like the kid you guys were talking about yesterday, like the 17 million kid.
Arda
I don't
Güler.
care how
We'll
good he
talk
is.
about him
Yeah,
later.
I don't care how good they are, but they are still in the end kids. Like any player that is not about 23, for me, there is pretty much no expectation at all. Like if he signs whatever, and if he doesn't, I don't really care. Like our expectation every year should be to challenge for the Scudetto. Like pretty much our fans have already expected defeat, I believe so, and already thinking about only qualifying for the Champions League. But we should be aiming for winning the Scudetto and doing well in Champions League every year. Like right now, our motivation or the we are not that optimistic right now. I do believe this is not really a Scudetto winning cheap deal at all.
Yeah, agreed. Guido, what do you think about this Luca Romero signing? Reports are saying it's imminent. How do you feel about it?
I feel very good. You know why? Because I think he has a talent, but it's a free, and I don't think he makes much a year. So why not? What we did with Auge, we made money with Auge, right?
Oh, okay, so like a plus Valenza, essentially.
Yeah, but plus, oh, that guy's 18, man. We got to give him. I think he's a good talent.
He's a top talent.
So maybe he can substitute Diaz in many games. You never know. Diaz, how
Okay,
old is he? 24, 23? So he's 6 years younger. I mean, why not? It's free and he doesn't make much. It's not like, okay, it's free, but he makes 5 million a year. How much you make? 100,000 maybe? I don't know.
No, 800K to 1 million. That's what they're asking
It's
for.
okay. We talk about one of the top teams in Serie A. I mean, he cannot be making nothing at all. But so, I mean, if you
okay.
want to take a chance, sometimes you got to take a risk. Do we need those Mickey Mouse players? I don't know. If Pioli, what kind of Pioli, what kind of game Pioli want to do? I don't know. It's
I'm
all
not.
related to that. But when it's free, it costs not much. I take a risk. You know,
Got you. Okay,
he's not
what
going to
about?
be the star, but who knows in the future? What about he becomes a talent? We don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
but
yeah.
He got
but we
good
already
skill.
have
Times with the Lazio, he got a good skill, and maybe on the dribbling he's better than Diaz when he dribbles.
he's a right winger, right? Not a cam. I do
The
believe.
only difference is Diaz costs 20 million, 25 or 30, and he costs nothing. So that's he's 6 years younger, 5 years
If
maybe.
if I'm not mistaken, he can play either as a cam or as a right winger, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay, what about you, Gio?
So
What? Sorry,
pretty
go ahead.
much. So I was saying that we already have Salas Maker, who is pretty young still on the right wing. So I don't really understand why we are going for a young player on the right now. We need a solid right winger right now.
Gotcha.
Like I won't be surprised if our management only buy this guy and doesn't buy that Villarreal guy at all. So yeah, it is pretty much uh, a bad situation as well because our project is pretty picky right now.
Gotcha. Okay, what about you, Gio? Let's finish with you, Gio. What do you think about this player? Do you think he's going to come? What do you think he's going to bring?
You know what, Roy? He asking for too much money for not getting that, like 1 million, bro. So, and then you guys are trying to sign, renew, Shaka Traore. And what if Traore wants only 500K, and then he sees that he's gonna want 1 million? We can't do that, especially for players. They saying he going straight to Primavera. I think we already have a better talent for right wing. The Paraguayan magician
Cuenca.
right there.
Cuenca. He's good. He's very good.
Yeah, so I mean, and he's taller than him, so you know he's not gonna get bullied. So you know when he start eating that pasta, you know he's gonna become even a more demon. But to me, I don't know. He's asking for too much. That's why Lazio didn't renew him. They didn't. They wanted to renew him back, but he said, "Pay me 1 million net salary." He's still gonna be in the Primavera, and then he wanted 5 million commission. So that's like 6 million right there, Guido, for a guy that we don't know. I mean, so at the end of the day, we got Paraguayan, and then I don't know. I don't even know if Pioli wants to start these players. You know that's the other thing that we don't know. Why don't we start giving our Primavera some minutes, and let's see.
You know what? I totally agree with you. It falls over numbers. I mean, essentially 6 million. But you know what happened with Shaka Traore? Shaka Traore was supposed to be the super talent. How come we don't just promote him? And I agree, Cuenca looks silky smooth. Cuenca looks like a pristine talent, and yeah. So I agree with you. Actually, I agree with you. If those are the numbers, I'm not too convinced about it either.
Just one thing, Shaka Traore, I think is
What's up, bro?
Very. Hey, how are you guys? Shaka Traore, I think, is very overrated by the fan base. Like, he's a good talent, and maybe he's going to get better, obviously. But as of now, I don't think he'll be that good, like, on the first team. Like, I mean, Cuenca is different. I see more in Cuenca, but I don't think, like, when I watch Primavera play, like, yeah, he has a few good plays during the season, but I don't know, like, if his overall contributions are, like, anything special in the Primavera.
Okay, but what about, like, how do you compare him to Luca Romero?
Because Luca Romero is first of all, I've seen Romero play with the U20s, which I know isn't the same thing, and he's Argentina's best player by far. He's almost
in the U20s, really?
Yeah, he's Argentina's best player. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're like talisman, whatever.
Okay.
He had a really good tournament, and also he was already on the first team for Lazio. I mean, he was on the bench, but like, you know, he's already like borderline first team, which in Lazio is a good club, but I guess Side didn't want to play him. I think that he's on paper he's more of a talent than Traore is, even though Traore is a really good player. I don't know. I think I don't know. I don't think he's gonna be ready to start or anything, but I think you're slightly underestimating him.
Roy, could I just
go ahead.
Make an argument to Antonio's point on Traore? If you remember, 2 years ago, Traore was actually starting in the second half of the season for Palma.
Well, that's false. He wasn't starting. He was coming off the bench. But every now and then.
Same as Luca Romero, though.
Yeah. I never said Luca Romero was starting, though.
I mean, Antonio, how many games have you watched the Primavera? Like,
I watched a good amount of them.
I mean, and the games I've seen of him, especially the Champions League, he's been one of our better players. He's been a focal point for attack. He's almost like the Leao for the Primavera team. And I think the reason why there's a little bit of a gap in his renewal is because I think he and his agent are pushing for him to be included in the first team more this season, which I think is fair. You know, I think that we should give Shaka Traore a good chance in preseason to try to impress, because I think he is one of the better talents in our youth system, and probably in Italy, like in the under 20 category, you know, and we just need to give him a little bit more of a chance. We always go after these young players, and then they come and then they go into the Primavera, and that's it. We don't see them again. So
I disagree with that. I guess he's a winger who tries to do dribbles and is somewhat fast. So yes, you can compare him to name like Leao or whatever winger you want. The best attacking player we had this year was El Hilali by far. That guy and was actually scoring goals. Shaka Traore, he looks good on the my thing is this. I used to do this too, and then I started to increase my standards. There's players that look good to the eye, but then you don't realize like their actual contributions. Like Thuram for me is one of those players who, I mean, he doesn't even look that good when he dribbles, but he's a player who his physique is really interesting. His speed is good. He's whatever. He looks to be a good player, but then when I actually look at him and really like judge him closely, I'm not that impressed. And I'm just saying that as of now, Traore hasn't done that yet for me. I mean, of course he can still improve, but I'm sticking by my point. Like when I watch his games, yeah, he looks a little dynamic, but he's not nearly as effective as I would like.
He's the second highest goal scorer in the team. Yes, Al Hilal is still on 13, but Shaka has 7 goals this season.
Where are the stats?
I'm on transfermarket.com. I'm looking at our Primavera team right now. He's our second most influential player in the Primavera. You know,
and why do you have
goals? But the thing is this: I still don't think he's. But I don't think he's ready for first team. That's my argument is.
Hey guys, can I say something?
Yeah, he loses.
Okay, besides Romero, we go to Traore too. Romero, they were comparing him to the new Messi. So I'm sure he got a talent. Now, who knows? So for the price, I take it. I take a risk. Maybe with the layout, many times Milan play counter-attack sometimes. We do counter-attack. That guy can be useful sometimes. My only concern is, as a Traore too. Traore was played, he got relegated with Parma. He was played in Serie A already. Why this guy never have a chance? My biggest concern is Pioli. Pioli, like I said on the live yesterday or 2 days ago, Pioli, he used Ciao and Kalulu after we had 11 players injured. If you know, he will never try them. So is a Pioli a good developer? I don't think so. Because
I agree.
You cannot even, first of all, how does the youth team Primavera, they did this shit on Italian League and they reached the semi-final Champions League. How the heck is possible? Because the competitions are different. Milan did the same thing, didn't do too good in the league, did better in the Champions League. You never know. So what I mean, when they say, oh, in the training, it doesn't look good. Training is completely different from the real game.
Let's put in some context in the difference between the youth league and the Primavera. So the youth league has an age cap. The European Youth League has an age cap. I don't know what it is. I'm assuming it's 17 or whatever it is. So Milan has a very young team in order for it to be competitive in the youth league. But in the Primavera in Italy, the age cap I think is 19. Some of them are even 20, I think.
Okay, so you agree with me because basically, I think it's harder to play in the youth in the Champions League than in the youth in Italian league. Should be like that.
No. It's harder to play in the Primavera because they're playing against older players, while in the youth league they're playing against players their same age.
Oh, okay. So I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But still they're also the best team in Europe. So I mean.
Yeah, it says a lot. I agree.
And that's another thing. Talking about this kind of topic. Okay, see, if we would talk about how many goals he scored, how many the stats. So I would put a Camarda right away in the first team. But he's 15. They don't mean he's going to go to Milan first team. He's going to score 20 goals. It's almost impossible. So if you go by the stats, it's too easy to talk. You know, you got to developing the players. You got to give a chance. And the real game has nothing to do with the training. So even if Pioli see Adeli, I go back to Adeli because I love that guy. If you don't see Adeli very good on the training because you play a stupid system and you never change, because we have all players for 3 midfielder, even Frattesi. You play Frattesi and you play at 2, not going to work. Frattesi is at 3. Tonali is at 3. He played. For me, the big problem is Pioli, I'm telling you. And he has all these people working for him. He has all these people with the computer looking the play. What they look? You gotta know soccer. Forget about the thing you watch on the computer. You gotta know soccer first. You gotta be playing soccer first. Pioli was a defender. He wasn't a midfielder. Defense never been. Look at the best coach in the world. They're all midfielders. Zidane, Ancelotti, tell me one, Guardiola, the best coach in the world, they're all midfielders. The defender, who was Tudor, maybe. Tudor is a good coach.
Allegri
midfielder, yeah, Allegri, he won. Allegri was a great midfielder.
Let Ace talk. Ace, go ahead.
If I could just add to Top G's point, right? When you look at our Primavera, the Primavera play a different formation from our first team. Our Primavera
That's wrong.
our
That's
Primavera
wrong.
Our Primavera plays a 3-4-3 system.
That's what we should play. I love that.
So I don't know. I think there's a little bit of a disconnect between the first team and the Primavera from that perspective. I think that's something that also adds to the fact that Pioli doesn't, give some of our younger players from the Primavera a good shout. And yeah, like I just think that it boils down to Stefano and what he wants to get from the players that play in his system. And I just I think he's a little bit limited.
You guys know that the DS Primavera got fired too. So they Abate, they kept Abate, they kept Pioli, they fired all the DS, so the regular team and the Primavera team. They fired the DS.
Listen, to be a little bit of a contrarian on this subject, I think I'm a little bit with the coaches union on this subject here. When it comes to youngsters, you have to give them time. Just because you get a youngster and you buy him, let's say this summer, it doesn't mean that he's going to be that his work is going to be fruitful the same year. So if you're AC Milan and you have the San Siro in front of 70,000 people breathing down your neck, they want you to win, they want you to play well. It's very difficult for a coach to put faith in a teenager to go do that in front of all those people. The pressure is immense. I think it's very difficult for coaches to do that. So it comes down to what are the ambitions. If Pioli doesn't care about the results, play the youngsters. But if Pioli does care about the results, he's going to think twice when it comes to, should I play the more experienced guy or should I play the youngster? So I think that these are things. Yeah, go ahead.
Look, so the youngsters, they could play, but we get our starting 11. Like, let's say right now, Benny's out, right? So instead of playing Krunic, we play Victor Lutu, 18 years old, ready to ball out. So he's with the first team. You're not just going to put 7 youngsters and say, go figure it out. No, you play with your strongest spot, and we'll see if he's made. If Victor Lutu comes playing next to Tonali and he's not good enough, then we could say, all right, Bundesliga team comes in with 10 million, you're sold. We reinvest that money. But if you're doing 11 changes, you're not going to see if they're good.
Just to I'm also more on Roy's side to this, just because to that point though, I agree that yes, Krunic isn't like a long-term like great player. He's like sort of a utility player, but at the same time though, we're Milan and we need to get wins. And if you just throw young players on with if you don't play Krunic and play the young players instead, it's gonna with little experience, it's gonna jeopardize our chances of actually getting results to qualify. In the Serie A and both, especially in the Serie A, to actually reach our targets. So I understand, but there is a high risk involved when you play youngsters. You need to kind of let them in slowly. I still think Krunic maybe I don't want to not give Krunic any minutes anymore, but find a way to integrate them naturally and not just jump throwing them into a big game.
Colombo's
hey,
guys.
My counter.
Can I say something?
Okay, go ahead.
I agree with the Roy, but not 100%. You don't put 10 young players together. That's a different story. But see, we lost Kerkez because you guys are like Balotelli or whatever. Not we lost Kerkez. Now everybody, he's so good. Well, how many chances that guy had? So if you don't give them chances, now we're gonna get Romero. How are we gonna know if he's a talent if he's not gonna play him? So you play one young, 2 youngs, but not you. As I said before, you need to have the number 9 experience, the number 8 experience, the defensive experience, which we have Chiar. That's why I want a defense at 3. I play Chiar, Ciao, and Tomori or Kalul, and then you see the difference. We have the players for a different system. This guy insisting with that shit. So I'm sorry about you can put a young player, two young players each game. Maybe one half you put one half you put another one. But the base of the team, I understand, got to be experience. But if you don't try these players 2, 3 games, 5 games, Adeli not even once. He played it once. He changed all the team around him. I remember the offense was not even a number 9. He was playing, not even Origi. I forgot who was playing offense. Salame, I don't remember. So he made Adeli play with the shitty team. Of course, he don't look great. So
I also want
to add put the regular team. You put one, you change one player. Then with the basic team, you change one. Each game, you change one player. And you give them the opportunity. You did it like the Carter. The same thing he did with the Carter, you gotta do with other people. That's all. That's all.
Now no, I don't want to drag this too long, but I do want to add this. Like the thing about youngsters is, of course, if you're an 18-year-old and you're gonna kick ass in the San Siro, that means you're special. That means you're super special. Like Pato. Pato was a special talent, of course. Now, the thing is that most teenagers, if you play them at the San Siro, especially teenagers that haven't already shown that they're special before coming to Milan, they're going to probably disappoint, most likely disappoint. And then you have a situation like De Kettler, where they're not wanted anymore. So they get pushed out of the club. But then these kids, maybe in 2, 3, 4 years, become super good, and you might have lost an opportunity. So this is another thing that clubs always need to think about when inserting youngsters. You can't just force it. You can't, just because the youngster has potential, you can't just force it. You have to be able to read him well. And also, to add to Guido's, not to add to Guido's point, to a little bit go against Guido there, just because you put him around the veterans doesn't mean it's going to work. Because even when the team loses, they don't care how old the kid is. They're going to blame Pioli for putting in the kid instead of putting in the Kroonic.
That's why Pioli doesn't look a guy that got balls. That's my problem. He doesn't have balls. He's the, how do you call, the property guy. He does whatever they tell him to do. He say yes sir, yes sir. Sometimes he got a bit different. What I mean is, do you remember Costa Curta and Maldini? How old? Everybody talk about Maldini. Costa Curta retired at 42 years old. And everybody was saying he's the mirror of Baresi. He's the shade of Baresi. Because when Baresi was playing, it was unbelievable. They would say Costa Curta was shit just because Baresi was playing. And look at Costa Curta, what he did after Baresi quit. For me, Costa Curta, one of the best defenders I ever seen. Clean, similar to Nesta. Clean, not technical like Nesta, but very clean on the ball, very precise on taking the ball, tall, scoring goals with the header too. I mean, Costa Curta was a Milan youth. Maldini started 17 professional. I mean, if you don't try, how do you know Maldini is good if you don't give him a chance to play?
Exactly.
It's easy to talk after you see man, he becomes a champion. But if you don't give a chance to the champion, you're never gonna see it. That's all. Okay, go ahead.
Ace,
no,
what
I
did you
agree.
want to say?
I'm agreeing with Top
And then
G.
let's go to Alan.
At the end of the day, it's not a new phenomenon. Like everywhere in the world, you see young players. How are you gonna know if they could stand up to the pressure of the shoot in the San Siro unless you give them an opportunity? And that's the argument with Top G and I are making, that these kids aren't getting the ample opportunity to see if they can actually, withstand the pressure of the Milan shit in the San Siro. And it comes back to the coach, in my opinion. And being brave, as Maldini said. You have to be brave when it comes to integrating young, good talent into the first team.
Just guys, make sure that if you are working for someone and you say the word brave, you're going to get fired. Just know that.
Okay.
Alan, go ahead. Finish it off with what you think about the subject.
I disagree a bit here. Like, you can have all the balls in you, but when you wake up tomorrow morning and you're fucking sacked from the club, what the fuck is even the point of having a ball at all? Like, purely, as much as everyone can call him be a pussy or anything at all. In the end, he's doing his job as a normal manager. He's not Mourinho or Pep, who has a power in the club. He may be a yes man, yes, but he is doing his own job, and that is to try to win every game. Like Milan is not a team like Napoli, who is already in the first place and doesn't really have to play every game with the top players in his like purely is always walking on a thin rope. If he plays the young players and he loses, all the blame will be goes to him because he didn't start Leao, he didn't start Theo, he didn't start Magminian, he
Yeah.
didn't start Tomori. So it is easy to say that he can or he should be playing players like CDK, but even giving these players 20 minutes in a winning game is more than enough for me. I do believe so because uh, when you are playing for Milan, you pretty much give 100% for the shot. So even if you play for 10-20 minutes, you should be happy that you are representing this club and show some potential. Like CDK, even if he is playing only 20-30 minutes, he has shown nothing at all. So why will uh, purely ever play a player like CDK at all? You can argue that he didn't play hardly or some else player, but when you see players like CDK not performing at all for 20-30 minutes given, how can you even blame purely if he doesn't play him at all? Like the
Because
players need to step up.
No,
Yeah, you can.
I'm actually more on that side of the argument.
yeah,
Ace,
but guys,
you wanted to respond? Go ahead.
yes, but guys, okay. th- Let's just if we're going, we don't know what the agenda is for this season yet. But if we go off of last season and the season before that, Milan had always said that our project is based around youth and building profiles that could either financially repay the club or on the pitch repay the club. And and if we're going off of those two, if we're going off of that alone, then you could understand why Top G and I would be hesitant with Pioli because he's not showing that initiative that is in line with what the club says we want, which is youth and promoting youth into the team and integrating young talent into the squad. But you can't do that if you're afraid and you're only thinking about, oh, we need to win or we can't lose, which I think Pioli's approach to games is a come from a place of not losing as opposed to winning the game or as opposed to dominating the game. Now, so for me, it's just that Pioli's mindset isn't aligned with what the club said our mindset should be. That's my point.
Well, listen. Okay, no, all fair points, guys. All fair. Um, since we already on the topic of youngsters, let's move on to a youngster that does excite me a lot because I do think that this guy is a gem and that this guy could really
Roy,
be. Yeah. What?
mm, do you know what the situation with Fratesi is? Like, did he already join Inter or not?
So far I know that Frattesi looks like he's joining Milan.
Oh my
Sorry,
god.
joining Inter rather than Milan. But I wanted to finish on the youngster thing. I want to talk about Arda Güler. So a lot of reports now are saying that Milan are going in for Arda Güler, and the Moneyball computers are going nuclear. This is a very young talent with a lot. This is an exceptional talent, in my opinion. We're talking about one of those 1 in a million talents. Now, Arda Güler, 17.5 million. In my opinion, as I said before, you get Arda Güler now is like buying Bitcoin 10 years ago. This is a player that from now on, his price will just go up, 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 and not to 30 million, 40 million. We're talking about in the hundreds. Since we are the new Dortmund, why not get him? and do what Dortmund does. So now that we have to accept that we are the new Dortmund. So in my opinion, we are going to be the biggest of the Dortmunds in Europe soon, since we do have a pedigree to back it up. I think the Arda Güler is an operation that must be done. It's literally Vicha Verasquilla all over again. It's one of those 1 in a million. 17.5 for this player is nothing in compared to what he's going to cost in the future. This is a player that you get. He's going to be great with you. This is a player that already he provide something, no doubt about it. Not, I don't know how much, but already something for sure. And I'm all for this operation. This is my top tier operation. If we can do this operation, then I'll have a little bit more respect for this club. So that is my opinion. I stand firm on that opinion. Let's do a round table here. Antonio, tell me about Arda Güler. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, I would get him right now. He's a right winger. He looks good. Once again, the league and his stats are a little bit questionable, but besides that, he definitely has talent. He's 17, so I still don't know if I would start him instantly, but if for Milan right now, since we don't have a choice, since we don't have any money, I would bring him in, and then just give him a lot of responsibility because we can't afford to bring him in and another player. So it's complicated with our budget.
Okay, Ace.
If it's complicated with our budget, then this deal does not make sense. 17.5 million to release him is almost more than half our rumored budget of 35 million. So it's probably not the best from a business perspective. Maybe it is the best from a footballing perspective in terms of talent, but from a financial perspective, it's too high risk for our budget right now.
Got you. Okay, so you're not for it, yeah? You think
No.
right now it wouldn't be a good idea. Guido,
Just
what
from a
about
financial perspective?
Just from got you. Guido, do you know about this player? What do you think?
No, real quick, I agree with the guy before. I'm busy, so for me, it's the same thing. It's too much money, but I don't know him. I never watch highlights, so I cannot say anything. So it's with the money the budget we have, I don't know. See, it's a different story from Romero. Romero is free. This guy, I'm sure, is better than Romero, but I don't know, man.
Well, Romero is not free. Romero is going to be around 6 million to get him. But Guido, just to make
no. Romero is a free transfer.
It's free.
Romero's free.
No, but the agent, according to the reports, the agent is asking for a 5 million.
So they can go.
Well, that's
the goal. 5 million is too much.
I keep him at tears, man. Listen, we reached a semi-final of a Champions League and we won the league last year. Cannot be all trash because you need a bench press. You guys don't think about it.
Hey, vabbè, but our owner is trash, so we become trash. So you are the reflection of the.
Yeah, but guess what? I mean, most of the players that won the Italian league last year. So.
Yeah. To give you an idea, Guido, he's one of those talents that you would have liked, back in the 90s, like a Savicevic, he's one of those guys that can take on 5 defenders, with one move.
Yeah, but see, how much it costs? 17 million for Real Madrid is nothing. For us, it's half budget. So that's the problem.
Okay, Alan, let's finish with you. What do you think of Arda Güler?
He's a great player, that's for sure. But for what our budget is of 30, I don't think he will be the one we should be signing. Like, he's too big of a player for us to go on a bidding war on a salary as well. And maybe his agent will ask for some commission as well. So we don't know everything. Like in front, it is saying that we only need 17.5 million, I think, but it may cost more than just that. So for the budget that we have right now, I don't think this move will be a good move for us.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
So okay. All right. So Yeah, I think that this would be one of those 1 in a million chances to sign a player that eventually you're never going to have because he's going to cost 100 million in a few years. So if let's say we do sell one of our players, because again, guys, let's be realistic here. If our budget is 35 million, obviously we're selling one of our big players. I would allocate part of that budget to this player. All right, let's move on. So we are being linked to another Nigerian player from the Slovakian league. Can anybody pronounce his name, guys? It's quite long and complicated. I haven't learned it yet, but
I'm not
apparently
even gonna try.
they're saying that he is very good, and he could potentially become, a superstar. Have you guys seen anything about him? What do you think about it? I mean, obviously, this from what I've heard you guys say, it's only 500K to get him. I'm sure like the wages wouldn't be too crazy. Um, Antonio mentioned that he played in the U20 World Cup. Nigeria did look good in the U20 World Cup. So, yeah, any opinions, Antonio? What do you think?
Wait, just to clarify, I don't know if he played in the U20 World Cup. Maybe he did. I don't know anything about him as a player. I just saw the links today. I was talking about Luca Romero that played in the U20, but I'm sure this guy probably did too. Now that I think about it, I was hoping I was looking for his highlights right now. I'm gonna watch them. I'll let you know what I think.
Yeah, guys. So Pelegatti just put out a video a few minutes ago saying that that the links to Goulet are real. They just confirmed the links to Goulet, that Milan is trying to see if it can get Goulet. Interestingly enough, since we're just talking about it, I was looking for. So first of all, guys, let's see what this guy is called, because he does have a very complex name, and let's see what it is. Let me go to Sempre Milan.
How old is it, this guy?
I think he's
Do you know it?
he's a youngster. It has to be in the 21s, 20.
Okay.
Let me just go to the article and see if we can find it. Yeah, I don't know anything about him. This is just a link that appeared yesterday, and
Apparently, he's pretty tall, and
well, he's 191, right? 191.
I thought I read 195.
Oh
wow.
shit, 195.
On the CDK maybe.
The new Osimhen.
And he's a center forward, correct? So this is a center forward. So we're talking about the center forward position.
Yep.
Oh, here it is. Okay. So this is the player that we're talking about. Journalist claims Milan intend to make a move for a hidden gem in Slovenia. Okay, so let's get his name. AC Milan whole approach on the mercato has changed since Jeffrey Moncada, along with Giorgio Frugliani, aka Skynet, took over the operation. One of their targets, a journalist claim, is a 20-year-old Nigerian forward. According to the journalist Sasha Tavolieri, Milan's scouting department have identified Chukwubuikem Ikwemezi as a hidden gem, and the RossonARI would like to anticipate the competition. As such, they could make a move soon. Okay, so let me just get this. Let me just copy and paste it. Are you on your computer, Antonio?
Yeah.
Can you share the highlights if you find any?
I found one, and it's like a very small YouTube channel that we've never heard of.
Okay, that's fine. That should be fine, man. All right, guys, let's do a review right here. Let's see what this is all about.
What league is this actually?
Slovenia.
You're funny, bro. Billy Boner searching cuck.
This video looks like his agent put it together.
Oh, does he play in a Mars League? The other one is Juniper. Maybe it's Mars.
Okay, so let's see.
I mean, people are really talking good about him, so I don't know if they're just either on like either they're just depressed and they're looking for hope, or
Now he's super young, right? Like
yeah.
how old is
Well,
he?
he's 21 actually. He's not
Okay,
that-
he's 21. He's 21. The Venus League.
Guys, that size Nigerian for that price, I take it right away. I don't even need to look.
Is he really that tall? Like he doesn't look super tall. He looks like decent.
Yeah, he
tall.
doesn't look that tall.
No.
Unless
He's
all
one.
these
He's
guys are on
191, guys. He's 191.
Then one of the
Yeah, but
news.
that's like what? That's like what? 6'2", 6'3"?
Yeah. So Chow is 194 and CDK is 194. Correct?
You know, I think it's enough. We don't have to play basketball. I know you got to do either, but I mean, what the
No,
heck?
this guy is not that tall, guys. He's not that tall. There's no way.
Yeah, but what do you need? 2 meters? What do you play? Basketball?
Well,
can
he's
jump,
got
though.
good qualities. He's got good qualities.
Listen, taller you are, only Ibrahimovic can be good. I never seen a big tall guy of Bashton ever super skill. More tall you are,
Haaland is
less
pretty
skill
good.
you got. I mean, 190. I heard he was a 195. The message I got this morning.
No, impossible.
But the check.
I mean, it is Slovenia. They're all basketball players there, so they're all tall there too. So maybe everybody is tall. But when I compare him to the other players, he doesn't look much taller than.
Of course, the people tall over there.
He doesn't look like he's that much taller than everybody else.
But listen, 191 is not enough. I mean, then he cannot even move when he's too tall.
Man, for me, it doesn't matter how tall he is. Yeah, I don't care.
What about Alvarez? I'll take Alvarez tomorrow.
Alvarez is not tall enough for some people.
Yeah, he wouldn't take anything.
Guys, for 500K, like, come on. I don't think this would be a bad
For
offer.
500K.
What do you want, peanuts?
Let's put it this way. I would rather this guy than what's his name? Marcus Thuram.
Yes, me too.
But we have already signed Colombo. So what's the point?
You signed who?
We have Colombo. So why do we even need this?
I think this guy better than Thuram.
I don't know. This guy looks like he can play on the wides, coming from the wide as well. Colombo is more of a center forward, no?
Listen, we have a low budget. Let's get 10 players like this, that kind of price, and we get Milinkovic. That's the way to go.
Guys, look at this one. If we want to strike,
that's the way to go. I'm not joking.
Desna writes, if you want a striker from Slovenian league, let's get Tonic. He has 20 goals in the same league.
Get Milinkovic Savic. Now you can get anybody.
How about Icardi?
We already got Giroud.
No Icardi, please, no Icardi.
Yeah, listen, Roy, all the ex-Inter players did great with us. Seedorf, Pirlo, all of them.
I would rather go back to Serie B than have Icardi.
Yeah, BS. You don't know. He won the league. He won the league in Turkey.
I just don't like him.
But Guido,
yeah, but he scored a goal.
Yeah, but Guido,
he scored a goal.
Why we bring Icardi if we have nobody to service him? That's our problem. We don't have enough people that could distribute the ball to our center forwards.
We started playing with
Icardi.
Okay, I gotta go.
Because pretty much Inter took Hakan from us, so it will be like rubbing salt in the room if we have Icardi, because they had Icardi as a whole, and if Icardi plays great for us, it will be great to mock the Inter fans.
I don't like Wanda. I don't want Wanda in my dressing room.
Yeah, me too, bro. Wanda's just gonna
Is
bring trouble, dude.
aren't
I'll
they
say.
separate right now? I don't actually know about that.
All right, okay,
Are
we can
they
stop. You can
together?
stop, Antonio. I okay, 500K guys. I mean, come on, like you got nothing to lose. You have a player that might turn into a very special player. He's definitely got the physicality at a very young age. He's got good experience. I mean, one thing is paying him 20 million, and then you're like, oh shit, like, like what are we doing? One thing is paying a player like that 5K, 500K. If it doesn't work out right away, you can send them out on loan, get a capital gain later. I think it wouldn't be a bad operation. But obviously, guys,
Right.
if we start to think that if we bring a guy in and he's going to be the next Van Basten, he's going to be the next whoever, and he's going to win us the Scudetto, I think we have to slow down there. It's a good operation for the whole Moneyball thing of a player that might turn into a very good player for Milan. But yeah, that's how I feel it. Antonio, any opinions on the player so far?
You're right.
I don't know. I really don't know anything about him, so I don't want to make like any claims, to be honest.
Okay. What about the price tag? Does that kind of like?
Yeah, I mean it's low risk, so I mean sure we can get these players, but then the thing is I don't want to make a team. I don't want a whole team of like we had this year of players. I'm not saying this guy is going to be the case, but I don't just want to stack our team with players that like are inconsistent or aren't reliable, you know. But I mean, I guess he's better than nothing. So sure.
Yeah, but listen, guys, this is the direction we're going. So, going back to that Kush video, him and Rocco, they're all happy because, yeah, the witch now is gone, Maldini is gone, everybody is in line in Milan. Now all our problems are gone, and Rocco doesn't have to worry about losing to Inter again. These idiots, and I'm going to say that loud and clear, what these idiots don't understand is that whether or not Inter has all the problems in the world financially, but at the end of the day, the engine that is pushing Inter, the people that work in those offices, from the president to the freaking guy that cleans the shoes, all of them in their head, their ambition is to build an Inter that wins the Scudetto, and now they're going to even think of an Inter that can win the Champions League. So that's how they are building with that in mind. And with all the problems, they're trying to just kind of like, kind of weave around all these issues. But guys, this is what we're doing. We're literally turning into Atalanta. So, it is clear this market is showing us that we're literally turning into Atalanta. So are we going to accept this? So when the next video that Rocco comes up, is he going to be like, okay, you know what? Yes, I'm happy because we are turning into Atalanta. Like he can't show up on internet on YouTube and say I'm pissed off at Maldini because we lost to Inter 4 times in a row last year. When Inter is building to be a top G team, while we are building to be the next Atalanta. It makes no sense to me. This makes no sense to me. Ace, what do you think of this player?
Roy, sorry, you've been positive. I don't think we worse than Atalanta. Maybe Sassuolo.
If we're talking about the Nigerian striker in the Slovenian league.
Yeah.
I mean, for the price, I don't see the harm in trying him out. And if it doesn't work, you could always send him on loan. So yeah, I don't see it being a bad option. Just to get some more quality or at least some physicality in our front three, because we really lacking physicality up there. Between Giroud and Leao, you don't really have anything else of substance. So I'll be willing to try for 500K.
Yeah. Hey, listen, actually, I'm thinking about this. Now, if we get all these African players, we risk to lose a lot because a lot of them are probably going to go to the national teams. So we're going to lose a lot of them during the
AFCON.
the AFCON, right? So I think it's something that also needs to be considered. So you, Guido, you think, yeah, 500K, get him, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Plus, we don't have a player like that. You know, Drew is 38.
Got you. Yeah.
You know, we need it.
Yeah. No, actually, I liked what I saw, and for 500K, I think it is a good deal. Alan, what about you? How do you see this operation?
I don't actually know much about this guy. Like, how many goals did he score in this league?
9 goals so far.
So, for me, that's not good enough, in my personal opinion.
Okay.
Like, in this type of league, you should be able to score at least 20 goals if you want to be a part of Milan at least.
Man, Alan's high demands, huh? He's got high standards. I like it. Good, Alan. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bellini. Say thanks to Cardinale. We're literally being turned into the next Sassuolo, to make, for Guido, in front of our own eyes. Okay, let's move on from these players here, and we got some questions that I saved from the panel. Christian Pasmino says, "Who's Antonio's favorite Primavera to play with the main team?" So let's go with that one first, and then we'll ask the same question to everybody else, and I'll answer mine too.
I think Cuenca has really good technical ability. So either him or El Hilali, because El Hilali has like really, really good finishing. Like he looks like he has already sort of matured and he's pretty efficient with his finishing.
Okay, so you think those guys should be ready, yeah, to come in?
Yeah, I don't. Maybe Cuenca one more year, but Cuenca has really good skill.
Yeah, he looks good, man. He looks really good, I gotta say. And speaking of Nigerian players, we also have Eletu that had a very good U20 World Cup. And by the way, there was reports regarding Eletu saying that he wasn't going to renew a new contract, but he on his social media said that was fake news. So that's another player that we probably will see in the preseason. Cuenca, El Hali, Alesi is also a very interesting player. Kubis, interesting player. Balkaune, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Botsolan, another one that is very good. Of course, Shaka Traore. Zanoli, or I think his name is Zanoli. Not sure, the guy that scored in the youth league. That we have a lot of players, actually. We do have a lot of players that are very interesting. Alan, let's go to you now. Any interesting players from the Primavera you like to see in the first team?
Not really. I don't actually watch that much Primavera because every time I see the table, we are always fighting for the relegation or mid-table. So I don't actually have much expectation at all. Sorry to say, but I don't actually watch much Primavera.
Got you. By the way, guys, speaking of Primavera, Camarda is officially joining the Primavera, 15 years old. He's going to be joining the U19 Primavera. I think Ace right now is not available. He'll let us know when he's available.
I'm back.
Okay. Ace, anybody from the Primavera you think you like to see come to the first team?
Cuenca and Chaka Traore are the two that stood out to me over this last season that deserve at least to get a good preseason in with the first team. They both show good composure on the ball. The decision making could improve, but that is something that would improve with experience. So getting them in the first team and getting them accustomed thinking at that level where they have to think a lot quicker is definitely going to help their development. But they also just show, those qualities that you can't really coach, especially like that composure on the ball and in tight spaces. So I would really like to see the two of them used, especially because in the positions that they play, it's two positions that we don't have a lot of depth in and quality. So those two for me would be the ones that stand out, that deserve a chance in the first team for sure. And maybe the center back that we got
Kubis.
in January.
Oh, January. Who did we get in January?
Is it Simic from? He was a German kid.
Oh, okay.
He's a center back.
Oh, you know what? You reminded me. There's also the Polish kid in the midfield, the one with the ponytail. He's actually very good too. That's another player that maybe could be interesting. Yeah. Anyway, keep on going.
Stolmek is, I think his name
Stolmek,
is.
correct. Stolmek.
Yeah. He looks good. I mean, he's only 17.
Okay.
But I mean, these kids, they have like a couple players that we know that Milan bought last season to bring in, to integrate into our first team, that we really haven't seen get a chance in the first team. And like those three players, and maybe even Victor, what's his last name? This defensive midfielder, Victor, the Nigerian guy.
Eletu.
Yes. So
he's good
those
too,
guys
yeah.
definitely, those guys deserve to get at least a shout with the first team. And also Daniel Maldini, I think he should, we should bring him back and, probably give him a preseason as well.
And as Rock is reminding me too, we also had an Irish kid, not Scottish, an Irish kid that joined us last season. And I wonder how he is progressing. He also had a lot of potential too. Yeah. Okay, Guido, what about you? Any youngsters from the Primavera you like to see promoted to the first team?
Yeah, actually, the Irish guy kid, I think I saw him at the bar having a Guinness in Philadelphia, but I'm just kidding. I don't know. Listen, I don't know much the youth. I only know Camargue, that's so famous, but Traore, as I said, used to play Parma. I mean, how old is he? He played Serie A, what, 4 years ago, 3 years ago?
I think he's 18 now.
Yeah, but he was 14 when he played?
No.
That's been a while.
16. It was 2 years ago. 16.
Only 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Are you sure? I don't think so.
I mean,
we can check. Let me check. Let me make.
Yeah, beside that, but I mean, I don't know. Listen, I'm not for. I never watched them playing, so I follow the scores sometimes. But I have no idea. Cuenca, yeah, Cuenca saw him. When I see I need 1 minute to see the way they touch the ball. Cuenca, Cuenca, he looks good to me.
Yeah, he looks really good. He looks really good.
How old is he now? Because listen, Maldini started 16, 17 was professional, right? So you gotta try. 1-2 players you gotta bring. 18, he can be on the first team. But as I said, good luck with Pioli. So you gotta shoot all the other midfielder for him to play.
So you gotta shoot.
Yeah.
Shaka, how do you spell Traore, guys? Not finding him. Okay, here he is.
Plus, Roy.
Yeah, 18. Shaka Traore is 18.
I know you're talking other topic, but when we're talking about the players, the young players to play, actually still on the same topic. So I mean, who the heck do we have? Krunic? I mean, even Tonali is not like I love it. He's a runner. I mean, he's good. But what I mean is, we don't have Seedorf, Ancelotti, those kind of players. Pirlo.
We don't have quality.
So why we cannot try a player every game?
We don't have quality. We need more quality.
What I mean, we got to try some young kids, man. Cuenca got quality.
But Cuenca is not a midfielder. Cuenca is a winger.
A winger? I think he's a number 10. Cuenca is not a winger.
I saw
he can play both.
I think he's a number 10.
Both position. But those are the positions that we're lacking depth in. So why the hell are we not even trying them? You know what I mean?
As I said before, you try a player each time. You don't have to play 5 each time. If he does a shit like the Cutler, get out.
No mercy.
There is a news.
Okay,
Yeah,
guys, we
there
got
is a
some
news
news.
saying that Chow is starting for Germany, so it will be a great experience for him.
Oh, nice. Chow starting for Germany. Guys, this was a great signing.
Can you imagine?
Hey, what about this guy, Vanks, the midfielder we brought in? Vanks,
Yeah, we're not.
Frank's the guy. He's substituting De Bruyne as a number on a Belgium team. I love that guy. I'm sorry. You guys gonna see in a couple of years. But
Milan
see, Chow. Imagine Chow. He's playing by luck. He saved 2 goals with the what was the game he saved 2 goals? No, it was Atalanta. I forgot. And then he disappeared. He didn't put him on the field anymore. And that's what I'm talking about. A guy that saved 2 goals for you in 1 game, you don't play him anymore for a long time. Come on, man.
Okay, guys.
Better
Also,
for
some other
what's his name?
news. Official news. Official news. Lecce announced purchase of Colombo. Now Milan must decide. So let's see what this is all about. Lecce have announced the signing of Lorenzo Colombo on a permanent basis, triggering the buyout clause in the loan deal. However, they can't be sure that he will remain for next season, as Milan have a clause of their own. Colombo had a good season on loan at Lecce, scoring the decisive goal which secured Serie A salvation. In total, he got 6 goals and assisted an additional 2, so 8-goal contribution. But he showed his talent and quality across the 34 appearances. On their official website, Lecce have announced that they have triggered the buyout clause in the loan deal. However, Milan also have a buyback clause and could thus bring the striker back this summer. US Lecce announced that it has exercised the buyout clause option to the definitive acquisition of the footballer Lorenzo Colombo from AC Milan, which retains the right of the buyback clause. The statement read, Lecce paid 2.5 million for the buyout, and Milan's buyback stands at 3.5 million, so essentially 1 million difference. The RossonARI are set to pay the amount, and it remains to be seen where Colombo will end up next season with another loan expected.
He already signed for us, bro.
Oh, they already got him?
Like DiMarzio. Yeah, DiMarzio already tweeted.
So
this we already triggered.
Wow.
Yeah.
So basically this lasted less than a day. So Milan already, well, that says a lot. So Milan does have faith in this player, right? So it says that Milan does
they
have
don't
faith
want
in this
to
player.
lose him. That's why
Now,
I said we
go
already have Colombo, so what was the point of getting that Nigerian guy? We already signed this guy, Colombo.
But also, I do remember seeing that the intention with Colombo is to send him back out on loan, maybe to like a team that is fighting for. Sorry, guys, I got to take a call, guys. Antonio or whoever, take over.
If I could just add to the point about Colombo, I think the reason why Lecce would have announced that they signed him would be from like a financial perspective, because it forced Milan to trigger the buyback at 3 million. So they would have bought him for what, 2.5? So it would just be maybe just a balance in the books. Or like, oh no, 2.5 Lecce paid for him, and then Milan had a buyback at 3.5. So roughly $1 million. So Lecce probably made $1 million off of Colombo. I don't know what you guys think. Antonio, you there?
Yeah, what's up?
We're just talking about the Lecce signing Colombo, but Milan triggering the buyback clause. And I was just saying that I think that Lecce would have triggered the buy option on him to make roughly about $1 million off of him.
I think they bought him for like 2 million, but we can buy him back for like 3 million or something like that.
Yeah, we bought him back.
I agree with this comment here. I don't think I don't know what to do because I mean I think I would buy him and send him to some other club because I don't think he's ready yet.
I mean, we need strikers, and I think he's done it already for one season in the Serie A. So from a depth perspective, I think he should stay at Milan and leave
Yes,
the
I agree
Juru.
they
with
do
that.
this kind of stuff with every player. We're screwed. So maybe that's the reason not to miss Maldini Massar. What the heck of deal is that? You give a player to a team, and then you got to pay $1 million difference to
Hey,
get it
Roy,
back.
can I bring up a point?
But hold on. Sorry, Anton. Yeah, go ahead. My bad.
Well, actually, you go first. It's kind of like it's not directly related.
Well, to answer to what Guido was saying, I didn't catch the conversation. I just caught the last words, but I kind of feel like I kind of have an idea what you're saying. But the reason why the clubs make these deals is so that the team in contention plays the player. Because if you just give him dry loans, like Daniel Maldini, then the club doesn't have the motivation or the initiative to actually play the player. Since since Lecce had the opportunity to actually retain Colombo, they had more of an incentive to play the player. And that's why these deals are like that.
Yeah, but Roy, at least maybe you make a deal like a 5 million, not 2 million, like, and then you got to spend $1 million just for nothing. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm sure maybe we could have given another team and maybe we'll have accept.
Well,
so we don't want to spend any money, and then we spend $1 million to get Colombo back. Which, of course, I do, because you never know how good it's gonna be. So
yeah, but the other thing is, like, last year they set it low because his price was low. But right now, if you want to buy Colombo straight out, he costs something like 10 million. So that's another reason why.
Wait. Colombo 10 million. Who's gonna give you 10 million?
Well, I mean, if someone wants to go buy
Score 2
Colombo,
goals. How many goals he scored? 3 goals.
He had an 8-goal contribution. But these
8 goals. Wow.
these young players, they're going to cost money. So I think it was a good operation. I disagree. I think it was a good operation.
Okay, he did 8 goals with Lecce. Goodbye, Origi. I'll put him on the team.
8-goal contribution.
Yeah.
8 goals.
It's okay. It's still goal. Well, what do you mean? Assist? What do you mean contribution? Assist?
6 goals, 2 assists.
Okay. I mean, assist is a goal because if you score. So.
How many CDK has?
What about Origi?
Yeah, Origi CDK really bad.
Well, CDK was a bet. That was a bet. Okay, it was a big bet, 35 million. But everybody is the CDK. I feel bad, but I don't know. I don't know, man. Because I don't think Pioli, if we get other players, he's not gonna play him next year. So they better get rid of him.
Pioli out by Guido.
No, Pioli and Di Cutler both.
I'm a Pioli out guy. I'm definitely
because if you get another player, how Di Cutler's gonna play? If they get another number 10, or so if they get Moncada, and they're gonna play another player.
Yeah, but the Cutler could play on the wing. Yesterday,
that's what I know. I agree. That's what I believe. As I say many times, Pioli doesn't know what he's doing because he cannot play with the shoulder to the post. He's tall, but he's not strong enough. Everybody take the ball from him. After one dribble, he's done. So he has to face the offense, not receive the ball shoulder to the offense. So from the wing, he can create, he can bring the ball up. And he's tall, he got long legs, he can move, he can be fair. Remember the run he made when he missed the goal, the easy goal in front of the goalkeeper? But he made a freaking run. I said, what the heck, this guy? I thought he transformed that day. He missed the goal, but you see the run he made when he stole the ball? He was very behind when he ran.
Yeah,
so I think he got quality.
It's all in the head. It's all in the head with him. It's all in the
yeah, but what I mean, I agree with what's the name, man. I believe he's a wing. I don't believe he's a number 10. Or he could be a midfielder, starting from midfield, bring the ball because he got good skill. But we have, I believe he can play right.
To be honest,
I think there's an agenda against.
A nice 3-4-3 he can play. 3-4-3.
Look,
He put him in the midfield.
Look, people were saying, I think there's an agenda against CDK. I think they need to give him a little bit more chance. Yesterday, people said Belgium scored their 2 goals after they took off CDK. But in that game, Belgium took off, the same time they took off CDK, they took off 6 other players. So they made a lot of substitutions.
Yeah, and Israel probably did the same. So
I just feel like, we need to be a little bit more patient with CDK. And if we sell him now, we're going to make a loss. That's not.
Yeah, of course.
Not gonna like.
Yeah,
that.
but I'm talking if you sell for the money that you don't lose money, like 28, 30 million, whatever it is.
Yeah, but who's gonna pay?
Leeds got relegated, so they're not gonna buy.
Alan, you were going to say something. What were you going to say? And also Antonio was saying something. Go ahead, Alan.
The problem with CDK is I don't actually know his preferred position at all. Some say he's a striker, some say he's a winger. Purely plays him like a center mid. Like we don't actually know where he plays. But what really matters
position is no, I'm not gonna go there. Never mind. I'm not gonna go there.
Like what's matter right now is his final decision making. Like he can't actually score a goal.
It's all in his head, my man.
Yeah, he can dribble 100 players. All
in his head.
If you can't actually score the goal,
hey, there's a famous saying, right, guys? In football, class is permanent, form is temporary. So I think there's something to it, De Ketelaere is a quality player, and he's shown that at Genk. And he shows that when he wouldn't be getting called up for Belgium on a regular basis if he wasn't good, So I think we need to have a little bit more patience.
In Belgium, he kicked ass. Listen, it's a fact.
But even in the Champions League, he kicked ass.
But we can say the same thing with Paqueta as well. Like Paqueta may be great for another team, but for Milan, he would have never worked. Like some player doesn't play well for Milan.
Well, how many times we're going to see the same situation where we let go a player because we don't have enough patience or bravery to give them the opportunity, and then they go on to another club and they win. Look at Paqueta with West Ham. Who else? Okay, we don't like Hakan, but look what Hakan won trophies when he went to Inter. Kessie winning trophies.
I was never against Hakan, to be honest.
Never was.
I agree. Because Paqueta, you could see was a talent. He need more time. And that's all Çalhanoğlu's fault because he wasn't a team. That's why Paqueta couldn't play. And then Çalhanoğlu left and we got rid of Paqueta. So yeah, Çalhanoğlu, he made stop our team.
Yeah, Toyotas, that's exactly.
Paqueta became a star. Paqueta became a star with Brazil. And Brazil was good in the World Cup. They lost because I don't know what happened, but they deserve to go through. So with Brazil, he plays good. So you got to see a player. It's soccer. Football is like an orchestra. You got to play all together.
But if he's good enough to make the Brazil team, why is he not good enough to make the Milan team? Surely,
I agree.
The Brazil team is harder to make the Brazil team at 10 or in the midfield than it is to make a Milan team.
I agree. Besides, you make it. He played good with Brazil. I watched the games. It's not just that he made it. He played good.
No, he's a star. If you're a starter for Brazil, that means you're good. Like it's that simple. If you're a starter for Brazil, it means you're good. Guys, a little bit more news here. So SG asked, did Colombo contribute to Italia Primavera tournaments? Colombo is part of the U21 squad, and he's actually a starter in the U21 squad. And then here, Rock says, Lecce is signing Nasti to replace Colombo, just reported. I don't know if this is true or not, but it makes sense, and it's a good move from Milan. So now they bring Nasti Serie B. Now they put him in Serie A. A good experience with Lecce. Honestly, guys, I can't say anything negative about what they're doing with these youngsters. I really like how they're developing these youngsters, and then we will see. The time will come. We'll see whether or not they're for Milan, or we can get a good capital gain out of these players. I gotta say, I'm very disappointed with this club in general, but the way they're handling the youngsters out of the Primavera, the way they're sending them out and giving them good experience, it's an A+ for me. If this is true, Van Nasi is now going to replace Colombo. This is an excellent operation in the development of these players. I'm very happy about this. Yeah. Anybody wants to add anything to that, or you guys are good? Oh, actually, Antonio,
Hey,
you wanted
Roy.
to say something. Yeah. Oh, he left. Antonio, you wanted to say something. What did you want to say?
Hello? You hear me?
Yeah.
I wanted to bring up this point just to kind of cause some tension. I wish Lyre was here, by the way, so we could have a
Lyre. Where is Lyre? I told him to show up today.
But I want to bring up this
always
point.
absent.
Okay. Roberto Pereira, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and Marco Arnautovic, or I think three. There's probably some more names that Maldini and Massara were basically going to get.
Okay. Sure.
What are your thoughts on that? And hashtag Jerry in ?
Okay, that's bullshit, guys. That's all bullshit.
I don't think the media is telling the truth, to be honest. Like, they can't see this, right? Like, they are even saying that we had a done deal with SMS for 20 million only. Like, how can we even believe that? So I don't actually believe everything they say.
Listen, this is 100% propaganda. That article, look at how this article ends. I read it earlier, guys. I was like, what the fuck, dude? It is insane what this article says right here. It's literally insane. So, okay. So, according to today's edition of Corriere dello Sport, Maldini, Enrique, Massara were in talks with Lazio over deal for Milinkovic-Savic, 20 million, and more likely hefty bonuses involved. But the negotiation was put to bed when the duo was sacked by Rossoneri. So first of all, it didn't say that it was confirmed, but it did confirm, according to this report, that Milan was going after SMS. But then it said the article ends with this. Whether this is true or not is very hard to say. What's certain, however, guys, what the hell is that noise? Can you please mute yourselves? I think that's Guido.
Hey, everything okay? I'm not making any noise.
Guido.
Well, what happened?
Can Guido just go back out and back in? No. Go out like reset. Reset, Guido. Yeah. Okay. So this is how this ends, guys. Listen to this. This is insane. Whether this is true or not, it's very hard to say. What's certain, however, is that both Maldini, Massara, and Milan have been planting stories in the media to improve their PR. This could be another one of those. What? What are we even doing here? Like this is just bullshit, guys. This is just like the anti-Maldini agenda. We got to make Maldini into the bad guy in order to save face. They're pretty much alleging that Maldini and Massara are planting stories in the media to make themselves look good. I cannot believe that. That is just impossible. Any opinions on this?
I think it's like a little political chess game between.
Yeah.
I mean, I could believe it. I could believe that Maldini and they are doing that. I mean, if you look at what Milan put out, all the rumors that were coming out last week following his firing about him and Cardinale not agreeing and him wanting to sack Pioli. So I think it's a chess game that they're playing, and maybe Maldini and Massara did put out this article to improve the way they look in the public eye. But then again, I would also say that maybe Milan management put out similar propaganda articles about Maldini being separated from the team and not wanting to be this dictator and stuff. So I think it's probably both sides playing a political game right now.
Interesting. Ernesto says, "What is PR meaning?" PR stands for public relations. Alan, what do you think about this? Are you there, Alan? Antonio, any comments?
I want to say that I do personally, I do believe that Maldini wanted Arnautovic and Loftus-Cheek, like, for sure. I believe those two. Roberto Pereira is a little bit less clear. And I am pretty critical about the management in that sense, about wanting those players.
Can I ask you a question? Do you have a hangover?
No.
You sound like you have a hangover. Did you go out partying last night?
I was with your mom, yeah.
Oh my God.
I thought you was going to say he was with Grealish. Yikes.
Yo, guys, am I wrong, or does he sound like he has a hangover? Guido, what's going on with your sound? Are you there?
Hello? Hello.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. Oh.
Good. Yeah, what you guys were? What was the question about Milinkovic? Maldini wanted Milinkovic?
They're saying, hold on, I gotta mute you. There's some weird sounds coming out from your. They're saying that Maldini is putting fake stories in the news in order to improve his image. Saying, for example, this story that Maldini was close to sign SMS is a story that they're alleging Maldini put out in the news. It's a fake story, but Maldini put it out in order to improve his PR, basically his image.
Okay, I mean, until I don't hear Maldini say something, how can you? Who knows the truth? This all BS, Journalists got to say something, They got to write. They got to. Who knows the truth for real,
Yeah, no. A said that it could be because they're playing a political chess game. Since the Milan ownership has actually, literally, factually tried to taint his name, maybe Maldini is trying to. I don't know. For me,
if Cardinale is so stupid, who's gonna touch Maldini's name all over the world? Against Cardinale, who the heck is Cardinale? Mob guy, please.
Yeah, I mean, just crazy stuff. Now, going back to Antonio's question, I don't know how I feel about those signings. But to be honest with you, looking at some of the other signings that we're looking at, I think they're better. I mean, if we're looking at, unknown players that only cost 500K, 18-year-olds that are free and whatnot, I think those names are probably better for the immediate. But again, it's hard to say at this point. It's hard to say.
Hey, Roy. Okay, Kalulu could be a starter, right? He can play instead of Calabria, or for me, I still for the defense at 3. Ciao, who's going to kick Ciao from the starting position? So, if we get another 2 players like that, imagine. A number 9, which you take stars, number 9 as a different story, when you got to score goals. But, I mean, it happened in history. I mean, yeah. Mbappe was young. All these people were young, Holland, That's actually, I would like to try some North European players because they're big, they're strong. Why don't we try some of them sometimes? You got to be always, seems like they're doing good lately. The guy Atalanta is from north of Europe.
But okay, good. Interesting that you brought that up. A report came out saying that Atalanta slapped €100 million price tag on him.
What?
Yeah, Atalanta is smart because there's the English.
Of course, it's smart if they give the money.
The English teams are coming for Højbjerg, and the Atalanta media says you want him 100 million. For us, 60 million for Magnan, 50 million for Tonali, 60 million for Sel. Like, what the fuck are we doing here, man? This club is becoming a joke.
And the funny thing that Atalanta is gonna sell, maybe not for that price, but they, they're gonna make money.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Atalanta has no problem selling. If Atalanta sells their best player today, the fans of Atalanta will not give a shit because that club is built in a certain way.
And let me tell you, Roy, maybe we need Gasperini, not all these players. Maybe we need to get Gasperini because Atalanta, they reach semi-final like us in the Champions League.
I like Gasperini, man. I like him a lot. I would definitely get Gasperini for sure. For sure.
Because Gasperini, with the money we spend, because I'm sure we spend a little more than Atalanta, he's going to make win the league and everything.
Yeah, yeah. If Gasperini had a proper club, like a big club backing him.
Yeah, he had the Inter, he got kicked out.
But that was still like when he made that transition from small club to big club. Maybe he wasn't ready. But now, with what he learned, with what he achieved with Atalanta, with the experience that he's gotten with Atalanta, you put Gasperini in a big club, that guy is winning.
Yeah, but you probably got to give it time. Even this year, Atalanta, they start with all these new players, even though they have a Muriel and Zapata on the bench. But they start with many new players. In the beginning, they were not doing too good. But then at the end, they almost qualified to the Champions League,
Yeah, that's right. Of course,
so you need to give some time. You cannot build from 0 in 2 seconds,
Yeah, yeah. All right, guys, listen, I have a question here that was given to us for the panel. This one here is a little bit of a question that can bring back a little bit of memories. This is for all of us. If you could bring back 3 players from the previous seasons, who are you picking and why? I will start. Number 1, Kessie. I don't think we should have never let go of Kessie. If we ended up paying 35 million for a CDK, we might as well just pay 10 million for the agent and kept Kessie because the fees that the agent wanted was really why we didn't get him. So Kessie is number 1. Sorry, Rita, I have to mute you. And then if I go, and then Bonaventura, I don't see why we had to sell Bonaventura always when it comes to the agent fees. Bonaventura still kicks ass today. Bonaventura is still better than any attacking midfielder that we have had in the past 5 years. And I'm just sticking to the last 10 years, 5, 6 years or whatever. And then last but not least, I would say maybe Andre Silva. I would have kept Andre Silva. So, of course, guys, if we go back in time, that's another thing. But if we're talking about the previous seasons, I would say these three players. Kessie, Bonaventura, and Andre Silva. Maybe I'd put Paqueta in there too. Ace, what about you? How would you respond to this question?
What the hell is going on?
What the guys, Skynet has officially taken over, guys. Skynet.
Hey, we're in touch with the Mars League, Jupiter League, I think.
Hey, yo.
Darth Vader.
Ace, I muted you, my man. Ace, check your sound, bro. That was insane. Maybe you wanna go out and come back in, dude. That was insane. Thank you, Ricky, for joining us, bro. I appreciate you. See you next time. But we literally got we literally got fucking the Terminator in the house. Antonio, you go next. What do you think about
1, 2, 3, 4. Doom tech, doom tech, doom tech, doom tech.
All right. That was just to clear the air. I actually agree almost entirely with what you said. I would do Kessie first, then for me Paqueta, because imagine him developing into that cam role or even like one of the midfield roles. The third is a little bit challenging. I like Bonaventura, but I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. I guess I'll just say Bonaventura for now.
Okay. All right. Guido, what about you? Guido, you're on mute.
Hello? Hey. Actually, you took Bonaventura from me. I thought nobody would say him. That's my first, because after I saw him play with the Fiorentina, man, and the shit we have on our team, that was because Raiola was his agent. That's why he wanted 3 million. Besides, when he left San Siro, all crying by himself in the stadium, that show how much he was attached.
Mic check.
So, but he's a great player. He, with Fiorentina, he's the best player.
Mm. Okay, so
I don't know other players. I mean, of course, Kessie could have stayed after I see what we got. And Paqueta, yeah. Listen, I hate that guy, but I would never say Çalhanoğlu, but after the way he played with the Inter, there would be Kessie, Çalhanoğlu, and Tonali, man.
Those are fighting words around this place for some people. Oh yeah, you're good. You're good now. You're good.
Sorry about that.
Could I
answer the question again?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so I don't know if y'all heard me. I said Carlos Bacca. Skynet is trying to infiltrate me.
The Colombian?
Yeah, Carlos Bacca, I thought was one of the, like, in the banter era. He managed to score 20 goals, I believe, once in all competitions, one season with like absolutely no help. So I would love to see Carlos Bacca, Paqueta, and yeah, I never felt like Kessie should have left. So those would be my 3 to bring back.
Now the thing about Bacca is not playing. Is he still playing?
He must be retired by now.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was talking about players that are still playing or not. But okay, so Bacca would be one that you liked a lot. But what about that are still playing? Let's keep it at that.
Still playing. It would be to help improve the team. Right now, Kessie could come back. Paqueta could come back. And I know this might be kind of controversial, but I would bring back Andre Silva.
Oh yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, that's what I said too.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, we all pretty much agree. Pretty much the same names. Okay, all right, guys. So, what else is there, guys? I think we've spoken about almost everything today. Any topics, Ace, you wanted to confront, or Antonio or Guido?
Okay, the one thing I wanted to just bring up, because we haven't talked about it at all, was Zlatan put out a post today, like thanking all the clubs he played for. I don't know if you all saw that. Oh yeah, there it is.
I got it right here.
And my take on this post is that, like, I feel like he kind of gave a hint that he potentially might come back as in some kind of position in Milan. What do you all think?
All right, so this is the first time I see it. So let me look at it. It started with a dream that turned impossible into impossible. I was born in Malmo, grew up in Amsterdam, turned wiser in Turin. I became a lion in Barcelona, was raised in Milan, and got new perspectives in Paris. Gained stamina in Manchester and had some fun in Los Angeles, and then finally found peace in my new homeland in Milan. New homeland. Okay, I see the hint there. I'm made by you, and the legacy I hope to leave behind is all the news Zlatan's made by me. All of those who have the heart of a lion, all of those who have a burning fire in their eyes, all of who truly understand that impossible is nothing. Thanks for everything. Mino, we made it. The ride is over. It's been an amazing journey. I miss you. Wow, that's heartfelt. So, okay, I see the hint. I see the hint right there. So, Milano is his homeland, apparently. That's what he said. So, and also, actually, today, I think it was either Vitiello or one of those guys that hinted that Ibrahimovic might be coming back to work at the club. How do I feel about that? Great, because one thing that this club now does not have is personality and character. Jerry doesn't even know how a football looks like. Moncada is a 36-year-old kid that fucking, we know about him finding Mbappe, but I'm sure he found a lot of talents that didn't amount to anything. And Frulani is a banker. These guys don't know anything about football. They're not football men. So zero personality there. Pioli is a yes man. It's all yes men. Like, we need some guy. We need a lion in this fucking zoo. A zoo cannot be complete unless there's a lion in it. So if the zoo that Milan has become, at least let's get a lion in it. And Zlatan, I would welcome Zlatan in Milan in any capacity whatsoever. Yeah, how do you feel about it, Ace?
I kind of have mixed feelings. I would love for Zlatan to be back in the team, just because we need that grinter. We need somebody to, like, keep these standards high. But at the same time, like, I still have this bitter taste in my mouth with how the management treated Maldini, and I just kind of feel like them getting Zlatan is trying to win back favor with the fans.
Politics, essentially.
Yeah, basically.
Okay,
but I would love to see him.
Okay, Antonio, what about you?
Yeah, I'd bring him in. Maybe bring in Seedorf as like a club manager. Bring in some legends, because, like you said, we need to fill that gap. Honestly, also just because I don't want us to regress back into like thinking about lowering our standards on the field. So if he's around, he's gonna keep like motivating the team, because I still think that he was one of the like key people involved in like helping us get out of the banter era because of his like standards. So I think that like because of that, I would definitely have him around the team and maybe just not on the field, because he might actually break his like entire body if he keeps playing.
Okay, Guido, what about you? How do you feel about Zlatan coming back to Milan? What kind of role would you see for Zlatan?
Zlatan is a motivator for sure, 300%. But I don't see him. I don't think he could cover a professional position. I'm not sure about that, because he has to be Zlatan. He has to be free to talk whatever he wants. So maybe it would be as assistant coach, because Pioli seems he how do you say, like, he depends from Zlatan. Every time he never say, he always says Zlatan was changing everything. So I think I see more like that. I don't see him recovering like a DS or those kind of position. I don't know about that. Doesn't mean because Maldini at least had experience and did a few years and stuff, because nobody could say, oh, Maldini is great. Maldini, I don't think he's the best anyway. There's many people in Italy that did a better job. So it doesn't mean because you're famous or you really stick with the team, that means you can cover every position. I would use him as a motivator. Assistant coach would be great. Like, stay close to the players, close to the team. So I don't know what kind of position. I heard some YouTuber, they were talking about Ambrosini, be the position like similar to Maldini, but I don't know.
The DS? Ambrosini was a DS? Really?
They were saying, because they need, like you said, they need a figure between the team and the proper, the ownership. So they were talking about Ambrosini. I heard some, maybe Radio Rossonera, I forgot.
Yeah. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up. Basically, what was said today, that Milan has to have a DS legally. They need to have like a guy that is actually a DS. So Moncada right now is not really considered a DS, even though he's taking care of the role right now. But in order to compete next year, Milan needs to have someone that is a DS. So it is going to be someone. I didn't hear Ambrosini though. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Bonnie Ambrosini, he got a job. I think he does a good job of what he does. He's with the TV working, commentator. I forgot exactly what he does because I don't watch much Italian TV. I watch YouTube, so he lots of interview stuff. He's doing great what he does because he knows soccer, so he knows what to ask.
Yeah, you know what, Guido, I agree with you. I don't see Ibrahimovic being in an office.
Come on, imagine Ibrahimovic does, those professional position. I mean, he's a professional soccer player, but
hey guys,
Maldini is different the way he shows. Come on.
He'll get fired again because he'd say something not in line with. He's not a yes man, so he's going to say something controversial.
Yeah, if you tell him some power, forget it. He's gonna kick somebody.
Guys, I just saw that Giannis tweeted a picture of him with the Ibra jersey, like signed.
Who?
Ibrahimovic sent Giannis a jersey, and Giannis tweeted it. Said like the GOAT.
Sorry, Guido. Check your microphone or check your connection.
It's better because I have the phone on the window. Is it better now?
We hear all the background noise. Like you're
No. It's like
there is nothing here.
Yeah, I think we hear it on our end. It's like some static that goes in and out.
I don't know. Antonio's on the same house. He's in the other room.
Just try one more time to go back out and in and see if it's still there.
I know, because I thought you were done. So you were saying before. I don't know if you want to. But you can mute me, no problem. But I can do that. But yeah, okay. So maybe I was just making a joke. Maybe Ibra can kick a couple times Cardinale and get rid of him.
Maybe.
Use some martial arts and get rid of that guy.
Maybe, dude.
And Elliot, especially Elliot, because we blame Cardinale, but Elliot's in charge of everything. Believe me. Elliot is the problem.
Elliot conquered Argentina, now he conquered Milan.
Yeah. He freaking control Argentina. He made a mess over there, those poor people. At least get some players from Argentina. He control Argentina. Get some freaking players.
Exactly.
All right. I'm mute. Maybe I get off. But maybe I did already twice, so it's still making noise.
Fine now. It's fine now.
I see, because maybe the window. So I'm gonna put the phone on the side.
Yeah, now it's fine. It's not making those noises.
I got big work issues here. All right, bye.
Okay, guys. So listen, we're going towards the end. Any topics you guys want to talk about before we close? Antonio, Guido, whoever, Ace. We got Gio back. We got about 20 more minutes left before we close the forum today. So, Gio, what's up, my man?
Big up to Chow for starting for Germany today. That's a good sign. Great. So shout out to him. And I don't know, did you talk about that guy I mentioned previously? I had to go into a meeting, right? That's why I couldn't stay on the thing. That guy from Slovenia.
Yeah, crazy name. Really difficult.
Yeah.
We actually saw some highlights of his. He doesn't look
good or not?
Yeah, he looks pretty good. For the price, he looks good.
Moneyball, $500K, baby. Let's get him.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be a good operation.
What did you call him? Jerry Cardinale, the Milan legend.
The Milan legend. Jerry Cardinale, the legendary Milan owner.
Yeah. I mean, I just want things to start hitting on the Roy. I just want us to start making transfers. By the time we get in preseason over here in LA, we should have all our transfers, to be honest with you. So we could be ready to go, because we don't know how the season's going to entail. We need all our players ready and stuff. Maybe that's why CDK messed up. He didn't really have a preseason like that, because we're nickel and diamond. So hopefully. What is Guido saying? That he want to sell the whole team still?
Guido wants to sell all the players that can only play with one foot. So literally all of them.
Oh, shoot. Nah, Chow can play with both feet. All right.
Yeah, Chow can play with both feet. But that's it. That's it. Everybody else needs to.
You
Needs
guys,
to
one day you're gonna agree with me, guys. Soccer is, if you see look at Man City. I'm sure PSG spent more money than them. How long it took Man City to win the Champions League?
Yeah, but Man City have a good coach.
10 years.
Yeah, but they play. Even though, be honest with you, Inter deserve to win. People can say whatever they want. They're good. Inter deserve to win 10 times. The chance they threw away, Inter, they should finish 3-0 the game. And look at the way they scored, Man City. What the heck goal is there? It's a good goal, but look at the way he received the ball. All carambola, look like a pool table, please.
Yeah, it was
so
ricochet.
please, they didn't do anything so good the way they do all the time. So they even Bobo TV, they say the same thing. Nobody is gonna touch Guardiola or what he does. But the game, Inter could have win easily 3-1. Easily.
Yeah, but what I mean is, yesterday is similar. Huh?
These days doesn't matter how much you spend these freaking players. For me, I'm 52. I watch the best players in the world. Before Fiorentina, Roma, besides Italy was the best league anyway. But every team, even a little team, Baggio used to play Brescia, Bologna, Roberto Baggio, please. Now, you got to build a team. They're all runners. They run. They don't know what to do with their feet. Nobody control the ball in the air on the foot. I've never seen anymore in my life. They stop the ball on the ground. How many times you see people control the ball on the foot?
Guido.
I haven't seen it all.
Arda Güler is that kind of
They look like ping pong. Yeah, maybe.
Guido.
And guess what? Those players are not going to have a chance. The good players these days don't have a chance, but the shitty players cannot even stop the ball and play with one foot. They have a chance. And the opposite of soccer is the opposite. You know,
we don't enter wasn't gonna win because Lukaku can't shoot for nothing. Okay, so they weren't gonna win the game. When you don't have a striker that can hit the back of the net, you're not.
But now we talk about Lukaku. I make a fun of Lukaku, but really because I always thought he wasn't nothing. But that guy, I think how much sold for 100 million or 85 million. That's what I'm talking about. That guy, when I was young, he could clean not the people's shoes, my shoes. He could clean my shoes. He doesn't have how can you miss? You can make a video with the goalie miss in front of the line, not the post, the line.
Just in the
finals. You can ball out the post in front of the line, not even the post.
Okay, guys, but I want to defend Lukaku, okay? Because
that go ahead.
goal, so when Di Marco headed the ball and it went into Lukaku's feet, the ball wasn't.
But that's hard. Nothing to compare.
That wasn't hard. Like there was a defender behind Lukaku.
No, there wasn't goal anyway because there was a defender behind them. But yeah, but you defended for one situation and the goalie missed with both feet on the ground. He didn't even have to jump to do the header. The goalkeeper, he didn't save. He hit the goalkeeper. A player number 9, which is tall, is a beast, didn't have to jump, didn't have a player on top of him. He threw the balls, all the strength he had, straight to the goalkeeper. He had to just put the ball on the side. He didn't have to jump. He wasn't pressure. He didn't have a player on top of him. He was completed with the 2 feet. Go watch again. 2 feet on the ground. He did all the power. What do you want power for? He just put the ball 7.5 meters post. 7.5. He just has to put a ball on the side of the, on the left side of the goalkeeper, on his right. It was all post open. And no defender on the line, so nobody could take the ball.
In Italian, they say doveva troppo pulita, palla troppo pulita. He should have sporcata a little bit more.
Listen, Roy, if you up in the air, understand. But he was with the 2 feet on the ground and he's tall.
Yeah, no, I know.
It's not that you have to jump. Okay, I got a pressure from the defender. I mean, it's not easy to put the ball always where you want. He don't want. That's the problem. And even Di Marco made a mistake because when he got the post, what the heck he kicked so high the ball with the header.
Tried to do a lob over the ball.
Yeah, but it was too high. I mean, you don't need all of that. Come on.
Antonio, you have breaking news? Go ahead. Give us the breaking news.
We got Messi.
It's not really like that important, but it's just kind of annoying. It's about Thuram. Apparently, some journalists are saying, "Oh, Giroud scored against Gibraltar already. The game just started, by the way."
Nice. Who's starting over? So Thuram on the bench, huh? And Giroud will start. There you go, guys. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Okay, go ahead.
In addition to Milan, Milan and PSG, Inter, RB Leipzig, and other clubs also want to sign Marcus Thuram for free. The club and agent and player are in contact through Thuram's entourage, and they asked for 10 million euros on a signing fee. I'm assuming for the agents. So this guy wants too much money. Honestly,
this guy can't even start in front of Giroud against Gibraltar. And
he's probably the last choice on he wouldn't start over Kolo Muani either. Let's be real.
It's ridiculous.
Another piece of breaking news: West Ham refused Scamacca loan for Roma.
That's beautiful news.
Let me see what this says.
What is it? They want
them to buy out, right?
I think it's like what happened with us and Zaniolo. They want obligation to buy no matter what, while Roma says obligation to buy only if they make top four.
Hey, Roy.
Yes.
I want to ask you a question, but why? I don't understand why everybody's in Milan, Roma, Inter about Scamacca, and this guy don't play with the West Ham. Who the heck West Ham have in the front?
The reason why he doesn't play.
I saw with Fiorentina, they were in their post.
Hey, let's have an argument. Let's have a Scamacca argument because I know Roy loves Scamacca. So.
I don't give a shit about Scamacca. 40 million? Who the heck is Scamacca? Even though he's Italian, I don't care. I take Raspadori. I take even Zaniolo maybe better. I know it's not the same position, but
oh no, I don't want Zaniolo. No.
I don't want either. But that's how much I consider Scamacca.
Oh my God.
If I prefer Zaniolo,
go ahead, Ace. What were you going to say?
I cannot play with West Ham. I want to play Milan, please.
No, the reason why he's not playing with West Ham is because the coach. I mean, this was a story that was actually spoken about a lot in the English media. One of the West Ham players, a guy named Michael Antonio, came out in a podcast and spoke about Scamacca and said how he was very technically gifted, but he's not being utilized properly. I think David Moyes is just he has a different philosophy for his strikers, and Scamacca doesn't fit that type of player. And that's what I like Scamacca. I think we should get Scamacca over to this Thuram guy for sure. So I think he just needs the right system to play in.
Yeah, I agree. If you look at West Ham, the way West Ham plays, you saw it against Fiorentina. It's very counterattack football. So you need a player that is more about looking for depth and as Anthony said in that interview, someone that can deal with those scrappy balls in the box and whatnot. Scamacca is more of a player that comes, links up. He's more of a tiki-taka kind of player. So he doesn't really fit that system. Scamacca and classic English football do not fit together. Scamacca needs to play either in a Spanish team or an Italian team.
The Scamacca is a beast. Besides the technical, all this technique, I don't even know. But he's a big guy. He can play anywhere. I don't think he's that good. I don't know. But maybe he has a chance. I mean, how old is he? I'm sure he can develop, but.
Well, we saw him play against Milan. He freaking
but against Milan, even Agundelo. So I'll buy Agundelo tomorrow. He killed us. I love that guy. If we talk about Romero, this kind of people, get Agundelo, man. That guy, he got devil against us. He looked like a devil.
So Scamacca, when he was playing with Sassuolo the season prior, he scored 16 goals in Serie A. And
16. Wow.
16, yeah.
That's why how much they sold? 40 million?
yeah. But if Scamacca was playing in a team that like De Zerbi, like with his kind of style of football, or like a Guardiola, like it would work. But Scamacca is playing with a coach that doesn't need a player.
Did they call him on a national team or not?
No, he's injured right now. He's injured.
But I saw Zaniolo yesterday, and I did not like what I saw. I think he.
Yeah, yeah. I think
I'm
he
not
didn't have
crazy
a good
about
game.
Zaniolo. If his mom, yeah, but
You like his mom?
I want Icardi Zaniolo, so we got nice ladies on the VIP section. You know.
Yeah, look, Thuram, I think whoever's going to pay the 10 million is going to get him. And as we said earlier, his parents want him to go to Leipzig, which tells you that his parents think he needs more time to develop before going into a big team. And Leipzig can afford that. PSG can afford that. We are the only team that can't afford that.
If you give all the money to Turam, forget it. Everybody's gonna leave.
Yeah. I mean, what a terrible message. It's already such a terrible message. Yeah, go ahead.
Wait, sorry. Have you guys talked about Balogun today?
No.
Sky Sports are reporting that Inter Milan are interested in signing Balogun. They're expected to formally approach Arsenal over a potential deal. And that's like kind of just they're saying that he's now like that's the team that's most after him right now.
Wow.
What's the Inter? You say Inter Milan.
Yeah.
Good, good. See, we do the scouting and Marotta get the players. I don't know why we pay the scouting. We don't get it. We didn't get Fernandez, Enzo Fernandez. We didn't get it. Alvarez. We got linked. We have the best players right now, but we never get it. So, what we have scouting for? Just keep Maldini. That's it. Not even Massari. Keep Maldini. Just put him aside when they want to buy somebody.
I agree with Rock here. I think Tommy Weah looked really good last night, and I think he could. Why have we forgot about him? Like he looked really good against Mexico.
The U.S. looked pretty good. I saw the highlights. I didn't see the whole game, but the second goal, the score was a really nicely well built goal. Balogun, I think he did well. No, did you guys see the game? I didn't see. I only saw part of the Italy-Spain game, and I didn't see the Mexico.
Oh
game.
wait, Balogun is United States.
Yeah. He chose
USA over England.
I don't even know who he is. I'm sorry, I've never seen him.
Guido, there's a question for you: smash or pass for Wanda Nara?
Smash or pass? No, smash. I don't know what he. I don't know. I mean,
give us more, Hisham. Give us more. Give us more.
What?
Let's do a smash.
She got kids with 300. She got kids with 300 players, and she's still looking good, man.
Bro, who would not smash? Like,
I would pass. I would
pass.
Why? But like, okay, just based on looks.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah. No,
Wait, what are you talking about?
Come on, Isham, give us more. This is the Guido Meloni segment.
Come on, Antonio. She looks a little sloppy.
Looks a little.
What about the? Oh, is Lukaku still with the Stalin?
Thick, bro.
Megan
After he missed those goals.
I think she left him after that.
Maybe I am lying. Maybe I am lying.
You guys are lying, bro. I'm sorry.
Right now, it's more of a. I just find her like a. I don't find her.
Ignore the personality of.
I find her like she's like a witch.
She looks like a.
I don't know.
She's like a
smash or pass segment with Hisham. Come on, give more.
Oh, didn't he? Hey, Roy, we should get it. Didn't he play with us, Maxi Lopez? Didn't he play with Milan, Maxi Lopez?
Yeah, he played with Milan. Yeah.
Yeah. How long? A year? Half year?
Guido, what about this one? Read this one.
Hey guys, my dad may not know all the players, but he knows all the players' mothers and sisters. I guarantee.
No. They're just people that because they talk about. I don't know.
Come on, Hisham, give us a few more. Let's give us.
I like Georgina. See.
Smash or pass Barbara Berlusconi.
Yeah, I'll smash that.
We saw the hologram in the museum.
I'm calling Pato up and I'm like, hey boy, let's do this.
I'll smash if you pay me. Nah. She's all right. She went with Pato, imagine. With all the good-looking players in Milan, she went with Pato. Maybe Pato was Black and Dagger. Who knows?
Come on, guys, give us more. Smash or pass. This is going to be the new thing that we're going to be doing for Guido.
Georgina, pass.
Smash or pass, Tails' girlfriend, Guido.
Oh, yeah. Smash.
I mean,
It should just be, y'all should just put Smash and just put like which one.
Is she
Frito with
influencer?
She looks like Skamaka. That's
Oh,
funny.
but what she does? She's a YouTuber? What she's a singer? What she does? I forgot.
I don't know. I have no idea.
She's a model.
I don't care what she does. They're all the same at certain
Hey,
point.
Megan the Stallion.
Yeah, smash.
CDK's girlfriend, Smash Up Us.
I love this stuff.
He loves that stuff. Smash or pass, CDK's girlfriend.
I've never seen. I only saw the ice cream. Rock was obsessed with the ice cream.
I like the ice cream. I like that technique. You know.
Yo. She was licking that ice cream.
Dude, there's a picture of her looking at Maldini like really sus, dude. Really sus.
Yeah, really?
Bruh. Yeah, I have it. Let me pull it up.
You know, Maldini is such a nice guy and everything. He met his wife in a club.
My girlfriend saw a picture of Maldini and she was like, hey, who's
He was a model.
How many girlfriends do you have, Ace?
I just have.
I have one. I'm a one guy, one woman kind of guy.
There is 7 women each man, they said.
But if I could,
I mean, yeah.
You need money. Don't you need the money? That's the problem.
these
One woman, yeah, definitely. You know.
Roy, what's your type? Are you into the LGBTQ or?
Good looking, smart.
How many left there are left?
Football savvy.
I was now about to
ask
music
guys.
savvy.
Okay, so does your girlfriend have to like be into football like you or nah?
Yeah, yes. Because otherwise, like, what the fuck, you know? It's like. Of course.
I would definitely go with Rihanna.
You're getting fetish now, football.
Yo, what is going on with Guido's head?
No, I like the word. I match, English. You match the words, foot and ball,
Italian strikers.
Do you like being beat by your girlfriend?
I mean, a little role
play wouldn't hurt, you know.
Do we have more?
Oh, by the way, do you have any girlfriend available right now? Because I need one.
I do what Berlusconi used to do. Yeah, no problem.
I gotta come to Los Angeles, man.
Yeah,
I hear LA is wild. Is it wild out there, Roy?
Hey,
hold on.
I'm gonna work in the shop Baywatch. What's going on? Are you guys mute?
Shit open on the computer. It's moving at 2 miles per hour. Whatever. Next time I'll show you guys.
Don't worry about what's that, Pornhub?
Smash your pass success. What? No, I have a picture of CDK's girlfriend looking at Maldini like Maldini is like a snack or something. Like she's like salad.
Well, you see CDK's face? He looked like a squirrel, please.
CDK's a 2-incher, let's be honest.
Bro, dude, this picture
Plus,
is
never
crazy.
smiled.
She's looking at Maldini. But
He never smiled, that guy.
yeah, I can find it.
I think CDK's father, he take care of his girl.
Oh, damn.
What the fuck?
I think CDK just needs to like forget about his girlfriend and just focus.
He just needs it for the ice cream, the girlfriend. He needs the girlfriend for the ice cream.
Damn. Smash or pass, Billy.
Bro, CDK's girlfriend's literally I bet you she's like a robot, like an AI. She's not a real person. Like.
Oh, does he even smile? I've never seen him smiling.
He smiles while he
Guys,
ice
CDK is gonna sue us for defamation, guys. We're fucked.
Hey, Roy, we need Rudy Gould to take care of CDK. Take him around for fuck.
His girlfriend's a lawyer, no? so she might send us the.
Mamma mia.
We need the road to goal and take him around for a while.
Yes, Malik Chow is in the process of locking up Lewandowski.
Nice, good. Bravo, Chow. Bravo, Chow.
I mean, God, he wouldn't have gotten any chance if we won.
Chow just made a huge. I don't know if Lewandowski's playing, but
Oh,
Chow
what channel are they playing? We don't even have the TV on.
Fox Sports in America. Yeah, actually, no, Lewandowski is playing. Yeah, but Chow just made a really nice interception. I'm watching the game.
Yeah. All right, listen, guys. I do have to close. It is 12 p.m. for me over here. I have to go. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. It was a real pleasure. Awesome episode of Milan Forum. Tomorrow we're going to continue with the news and the usual stuff. Guys, any last words you want to say before we close?
Happy wife, happy life.
Happy wife, happy life. Right.
So that's why I'm happy anyway. All right.
Forza Milan. Forza Milan, Guido. Ace, what do you
hope we don't get relegated next year.
No, hey guys, you all have a good night. Enjoy the rest of the day. Try not to watch too much Milan Twitter. You might get annoyed. And Forza Milan. That's it.
Beautiful. Antonio.
I mean, it's easy for you to say. You're in the freaking Caribbean, my guy. Like, we're bored over here, man.
Wait. Where are you, Ace?
Right now, I'm
in Dominican Republic.
Oh my gosh, are you serious? Oh yeah, we gotta talk.
Hey, come, you all
need to come out here. It's wonderful.
No, because that's the place I want to move, and I don't want to visit. I want to move there.
Oh man, it's worth it. It's worth it.
Are you living there?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Oh my God, man, I gotta talk to you, man.
Yeah. Hit me up on the WhatsApp.
I'm debating between Colombia and Dominican Republic.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's
I speak Spanish, no problem. Portuguese and Spanish.
I've been to both, and that's a hard choice. That's definitely a hard choice. They're both very.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine. He has a restaurant chain in Atlanta. He bought a house for his mom from Italy. I know she's almost 80. She moved in Colombia forever with her husband. Yeah. And he's going to open 2 restaurants in Colombia.
Yeah, Colombia is with it. But DR is
Pereira. She's in Pereira, close to Medellin. All right, we talk next. Whatever.
Okay. Are you close to the beach right now, Ace?
No. I'm in Santo Domingo. I'm in the capital. But the beach is not very far. It's like an hour, like half an hour away. It's really nice.
Are you serious? It's an hour? What? That's too far.
But I'm sure you can get a place to the beach. All right, guys, I do gotta go. Antonio, last words.
Ciao, guys.
Later, bro.
Ciao.
Ciao, Forza Germany right now.
Forza Germany right now. That's weird to say. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Alla prossima. Arrivederci, guys. We'll see you next time. We'll find out what happens. Yeah.
By the way, Roy, I just want to say, can we get a player that at least me, cannot pronounce the freaking name?
It doesn't look like it.
I mean, poor nickname. I don't know, man. What the heck?
Kalulu Mete Nkulu.
Yeah, that's the perfect. El trident.
All right, guys. I'll see you next time. Thank you for joining us. Alla prossima. Arrivederci and ciao.
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 Adios.